podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Boxingweights.com.
Man, I feel I'm the best in the sport, and to be the best, you got to be the best.
Boxingweights.com. Champion, one face, one name. His name's Deontay Wilder. Boxingweights.com.
This is the fight that I've been wanting to keep done for the longest.
110%. There's no doubt in my mind that fight will happen. There's no doubt in my mind I'll beat Wilder as well.
I'm scaring heavyweights each and every time. Don't you see it? You know, I am the most feared. And if I'm not, then I want somebody to shut me up. I want somebody to prove that to me. I want to be proven wrong. But right now, I don't feel like nobody's gonna prove me wrong. Who has the guts?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. It is Flagship Thursday, and we will be previewing and predicting Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz to the rematch. It's going down Saturday night live on Fox Pay-Per-View. It starts at 8 p.m. I've already bought mine, supporting my American champion, and I employ everyone else to do the same. So definitely a lot to talk about outside of
there's only one Deontay Wilder.
You know, I went back and watched this fight, and man, it was a little more difficult for Wilder than I remember. You know, before that final round where he stopped Luis Ortiz, you know, if he doesn't score those knockdowns, he's down on the scorecards. At the time of the stoppage, I believe they had it 84-85, and Press Row had Luis Ortiz winning, which is crazy. But, yeah, man, I'm hoping that he doesn't come out as paced as that first fight. Maybe jump on Ortiz a little bit quicker instead of letting him get comfortable in there. But Fox Sports Pay-Per-View title fight, Deontay Wilder puts that WBC on the line in a voluntary defense versus Luis Ortiz. Wilder claims to be the only man in the top 10 to give Luis Ortiz an opportunity, but we all know that he was offered $7 million to fight AJ and turned it down because he knew this opportunity was coming. Maybe he already had verbally agreed to Deontay Wilder. Also, a title fight, if you want to call it that, and this is what I'm saying, even ESPN left out the word regular. Or is it the super? I don't even know with all these titles from so many different sanctioning bodies. But according to the schedule, a title fight on the undercard with Leo Santa Cruz versus Miguel Flores in a 12-round fight for a vacant WBA junior lightweight title. Now, there's also another title fight on the undercard. This one is definitely a regular. It is Brandon Figueroa, the younger brother of Omar Figueroa, and he will be taking on Julio Ceja in a 12-round fight for Figueroa's WBA regular junior featherweight title. Now, and this is what I'm saying. See, now you got a kid like Brandon who's fighting for this regular. Now he's defending it, and he's actually going 12 rounds. You know, so they're treating you like a full champion. You know, you're paying sanctioning fees like one. You're fighting 12 rounds like a champion, but you have a regular belt. So I'm telling you, the more fighters that fight for this regular belt, the quicker, you know, we're going to start to see that word regular fall right off and it just be a WBA junior featherweight title. Now we got Luis Nery on the undercard as well. He'll be taking on Emmanuel Rodriguez in a 12-round WBC bantamweight eliminator. Then I believe on the prelims we have Leduan Barthelemy, the younger brother of Rancy's Barthelemy. He'll be taking on Eduardo Ramirez. Damn, they've stacked it up with a lot of Latinos on the undercard. I didn't notice that. New Jersey veteran Vito Mielnicki, or should I say New Jersey red hot prospect. Vito Mielnicki, his father is actually promoter GH3. He'll be taking on Marklin Bailey in a 4-round welterweight fight. He just signed with PBC and already getting on some pretty big cards. Then we'll also have Omar Juarez. I have no clue who that is. Let me see any other notables there. Nope. Marcellus Wilder is back in action on the undercard. He'll be taking Dustin Long in a 6-round cruiserweight fight. So he's back and he's moving up to 6-rounders. Over on DAZN, we're going to get a lot. We'll get a title fight with Callum Smith versus John Ryder. This is Callum Smith mandatory defense for his WBA super middleweight title that he won from George Groves in the World Boxing Super Series. Craig Glover is taking on Chris Billingsmith. One of these two men are a Dillian White managed fighter, and this is a 12-round fight for a vacant Commonwealth Cruiserweight title. Anthony Fowler is back versus Harry Scarf? I don't know. But at least he's in a 10-rounder. He continues to progress. James Tennyson is back taking on Craig Evans. Never heard of Tom Farrell. Thomas Whitaker, don't think so. Yeah, so a couple of other, mentioned or unmentionable people there that I have no clue who they are. It doesn't mean that, they're not good or anything like that, as Breadman pointed out. What else? Also on DAZN, we got another title fight with Golden Boy, and this is another WBA regular. Andrew Cancillo is going to be taking on Rene Alvarado in a 12-round fight for Cancillo's WBA regular junior lightweight title. So Javante had this title, the super, vacated it, and now Leo Santa Cruz is fighting for it. Meanwhile, Cancillo was the champ, or rather the regular, and never got elevated because his name ain't popping enough for the WBA, looks like. So Can X, he's taking on Manny Robles. This is a sleeper fight right here. 12-round fight for Can's WBA regular. A lot of regulars going around, I'm telling you. So, but this is a little sleeper fight. Manny Robles could bang. He's got, I believe, a couple of losses, but he still could bang, and he's been doing pretty well. Most recently, Avery Sparrow. Good to see him back on a Golden Boy card on DAZN, especially after the Warrant fiasco. This is very good. This means that possibly they'll be building him back up to be a Ryan Garcia opponent, maybe. And Sparrow is going to be taking on James Wilkins. But, good to see him back, and good to see that Golden Boy didn't turn their back on him. So we have Rashidi Ellis. Holy shit, he's going to be taking on Eddie Gomez in a rematch. Wow, Rashidi is actually the one that knocked out Eddie Gomez. So that's impressive. You see, this is so sad, man. That knockout really set back the career of Gomez, and to hear that he's going into the rematch, zero hype. I mean, zero hype, man. Damn, man. That sucks. That really sucks. This was a good fight, the first one. I don't even know why they're not, promoting this. Yeah. He got KO'd in the first round, man. Got KO'd in the first round. Damn, Eddie Gomez has 3 losses now. He lost to Alejandro Barrera as well in a split decision back in 2017. He's been able to rack up 3 wins. He KO'd Keandre Gibson in 2. And then he picked up 2 more wins. The last one versus Saul Corral knocked him out in 2. I always thought that Gomez was a little bit small, but he got down. I've been following him so long. You see, he started his career at 54. He even fought as high as 57, but it looks like he's gotten down. He's been able to stay down in weight because even his loss to Francisco Santana was at 49. You know, the Rashidi Ellis fight, that was welterweight limit, and his other loss was also the welterweight limit. So he's been able to make this limit comfortably. It's going to be interesting to see this rematch. I'm excited. I'm glad it's on DAZN, so I won't have to watch it live. If I'm not available, I can always go back and watch it. But yeah, Eddie Gomez, let me just screen share this for you guys in case you don't remember the name. He was a pretty red-hot prospect on the way up when he first got with Golden Boy. But, you know, I guess suffered a setback. But yeah, you know, Golden Boy putting on a show. So let's continue there. Let's see what else we got. Victor Morales Jr. He's going to be taking on Ramiro Robles. Now, I wonder if this is all Manny's sons, because I know that Robles III is Manny's son. And Manny, I mean, yes, Manny Robles, the trainer of Andy Ruiz Jr., Gerald Washington, and even Charles Martin. So interesting to see. But Victor Morales Jr. is the red hot prospect. That's the prospect that we interviewed at Podcast Row in Las Vegas for the Canelo Kovalev fight. Strong looking young kid. Great personality. He's in an 8-round featherweight fight. So definitely be tuned in. Alex Rincon is back, and he'll be taking on Rafael Garcia, 6-round junior middleweight fight. And off in Berlin, we'll be having Jack Coolclay back in action versus Jama Sahidi. Now, this is my problem with Coolclay. He always goes off and fights some dude offshore that no one ever heard of, and somehow he's back in an IBF eliminator. That's like my biggest issue. I don't know what it is. Do people not want to be ranked in the IBF? And it's only Coolclay. Is he the only one paying sanctioning fees? I don't get it, but it is what it is. So obviously we got a bunch of other news and notes that I really won't get to. You know the number to call in is 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time. Voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. We're looking for previews and predictions, right? We're going to preview the fight, and we want to get your predictions. We want the callers to decide who is going to win. I'm riding solo dolo, as you can see, which is weird. Mike said he was available. I'm thinking he just overslept it. He said he was going to be on. But maybe he comes on later. But I'm riding solo dolo, so you know when I'm solo, we got to switch it up. And every caller just turns into my co-host, you know. So we'll do things differently. You guys can call in early. Go ahead and press 1. And we'll go down the topics individually with everyone until we get either Mike in or we get through all the callers, right? But Wilder Ortiz, man, I definitely went back and watched a lot of this build-up, a lot of the Fox 4-part series, you know, just as much content as I can consume. Even went back and, you know, watch the fight, which I should put on right here in the background. You know, go through my history, just put this thing on in the background as I'm talking because, dude, again, that was a pretty tough fight. No joke. Yeah, man. Wilder got hit with a lot of straight lefts. You know, at times he deflects a lot of shots with his arms, but sometimes some shots can get through his defense And, he looked vulnerable. See, I guess because he ended the fight the way that he ended it, some might feel like, oh, this fight is unnecessary. But rewatching it, he suffered some adversity. It wasn't just the 7th round. He didn't really do much in the 8th round either. I mean, Ortiz was landing at will. So it was a good fight. But nothing in what I saw tells me that Ortiz could get the job done. Meaning, like, hurt Wilder and somehow get him out of there. Like, he really hit Wilder with everything he had. And it didn't work. It really didn't work. Wilder was able to absorb all those punches, flush shots, right hands, right hooks, straight lefts. Lewis mixed it up with body work, and he withstood. He was able to withstand all that. I just don't know what it is that Ortiz is going to be able to do now. That will have, that will allow him to get the win. I just don't see him able to stop Wilder. Like, he hit him with everything for 2 rounds. He had an exhausted Wilder and wasn't able to put it together. I just don't. I mean, I get it. He's training for stamina. I'm assuming he's going to want to replicate everything he did times 10 or whatever the case may be. But I didn't see that power. Yes, he hurt Wilder. But come on. I mean, hate aside, you got a wounded animal and you're hitting him flush shot after shot, and you can't even get the man to go down. The best that they could have done was give Luis Ortiz a standing 8, or rather Wilder a standing 8 when Luis Ortiz hit him with a straight left, sending him into the ropes. But it looks like we got our co-host. Let me go ahead and get to him out in Indiana. Gross, the boss.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. I can't say it enough. I speak it, believe it.
Windows camp, 2 attempts, handed bands over. Sicko hit, shot and miss, 2 to stand over. Turn up. Breadwinner, huh? Look who in the building. Let me check my Instagram. I might be at 1 million. And I'm in.
BoxingWinners.com.
Yo, what up to everybody out there in TBV universe? Back with another one, and yeah, man, it's fight week, yeah, we here. Deontay Wilder, Ortiz, it's gonna be a great. What's up, man? You keep on your phone up. What's up? What's going on?
I was trying to not do it on there. Your mic's not connected.
It's not?
Nah. You in there talking in the whole office. We hear the fans and everything.
Damn, my mic not connected.
So while he handles that, yeah, man, look, I'm excited. I went ahead and purchased the pay-per-view. I think it was like $75 HD. I was trying to do, one of the listeners told me, like, Ness, buy it on YouTube, and then you can, watch it on your phone, on all your devices, take it with you. And that sounded super enticing. I wanted to do that, but I could not find it on PBC's YouTube channel. Now, I did only go to PBC on Fox YouTube channel. But Mike, you ready? Nope. All right. So yeah, I only went to that one. So he sent me a screenshot of his past pay-per-views that he had bought there. So obviously there is a way. I just don't know how to do it. Yo, I completely forgot that Wilder brought out Little Kim. I guess, he paying homage. She's from Brooklyn. But man, I don't know. Nikki would have been a better look. For real, though. Mike's still over there clicking away. You definitely not connected because I can hear all your computer clicks. But yeah, man. Excited for this fight. I don't know that it feels like fight week, though. I don't know that it feels like fight week. I'm I want to see what Daniel tells me if he gets the call in. He's out there in Las Vegas covering this one. And I want to hear with the callers. If we get an overwhelming amount of callers, maybe. I mean, let the streets indicate it. That's what I said. Let the callers decide where we're at with it. Okay, now we lost Mike. But yeah, I don't know. He must be having some technical difficulties on his side. But Fox pay-per-view, title fight, Deontay Wilder, Luis Ortiz. I was feeling very strong about the first half of the fight and Wilder possibly getting the knockout in the first half. Now, we know that he's done it before. So it's not like it's out of the realm of possibility, but just rewatching the fight and watching him just southpaw orthodox, so him being the orthodox fighter, him just pawing at that jab hand and just waiting and, letting some of those rounds go ahead and pass him by. So, the probability of this fight going to the second half, it's also a valid one, to be honest with you, because again, he's not the fastest starter. Sometimes he takes his time. We've seen the Gerald Washington fight. Now, it's not out of the realm of possibility for him to get the stoppage within the 6 because we've seen what he did to Ortiz in the 5th. We've seen what he did to Washington in the 5th. So it's not like he can't get it done, but I feel like he likes to take his time to get it done, if that makes sense. And, we're lucky because Vladimir Klitschko used to take his time to get it done, but, his fights were boring. People criticized him, and he was basically booted off the HBO airwaves for his fighting style. So Wilder still gets that knockout in the 10th in this particular first fight with Ortiz, but still remains an exciting fighter. There was excitement. Rewatching this, hearing the crowd react to the punches, there was excitement in the building. Definitely in Brooklyn, people were excited for this one. Now, again, it's in Las Vegas. Las Vegas. I don't know. Was this the right place for it? Does Ortiz bring something to the table in Las Vegas? There are plenty of media outlets reporting struggling ticket sales or reduced ticket sales. How well is it doing is really what we need to know. But thank God I looked at the time. In 7 minutes, we will be having Teofimo Lopez's father, Teofimo Lopez Sr., on the line. He is the trainer and father of Teofimo, who is knee-deep in training for his fight with Richard Commey. Now, if you are a patron of the Boxing Voice, you will be entitled to ask Teofimo Lopez Sr. a question this evening if you get it in on time. I will be posting the link in the chat, so anyone that wants can obviously find that and ask him a question via TBV's Patreon. We'll be having him at 7:30. Once again, he's training his son, Teofimo Lopez, for their big title fight with Richard Commey. Now, Richard Commey is trained by Andre Rozier. So, Teofimo Sr. brought in Joey Gamach. Remember, Joey Gamach was the trainer that was brought in for Oda Wawalin when he was facing Fury, and he turned around and did pretty good. Really quick on the roll call. Brandon in Cincinnati, Rue in the 504, Lamont in Seattle, Pat in Boston, Canna, where are you from? Jordan in Florida, and I have no clue where Tracy's from. But shout out to those Patreons that did put their question for Teofimo Lopez Sr. I will be sure to make sure to get to those once we get him on in about another 5 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and post this link in the YouTube chat for anyone who hasn't been able to submit your question. Also at 8:15, now we had a lot of options today, but a lot of people are taking the flight to the Wilder fight. I spoke to Shakur Stevenson, the champ, WBO champion. He was catching a flight right when we were speaking. So that 7:30 slot was difficult to fill today. Harrison, Tony Harrison, the Tiger, also traveling on an airplane. So, but I'm posting the Austin Trout posts as well in the chat. We'll have Austin Trout on the show at 8:15. So roll call. Once again, shout out to Dominic in Seattle, John at One White Boy in Texas, Rue in the 504 Canna, Pat in Boston, Caesar in Vegas, and Joseph in Texas for putting their questions in the Ask Austin Trout a Question Patreon only post on Patreon. Thank you, obviously, gentlemen, for your support, because without your patronage, we wouldn't be able to be here. So I'm obviously trying to buy some time for my good friend Mike, but he's having hella issues. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead and switch to that, solo dolo Scarface without Manolo mode and take it to these streets and really talk with you guys and go through each topic. So that's what I'll do. Maybe each call is going to get a little bit more time since I'm riding solo. Let's see what we got. We got Seattle, Washington. But before I do that, let me go out to my sponsor since we're going to be changing things up.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Mr. PPV, baby.
Boxingwords.com. I'm the flyest. Canelo talking about he believe he can win. Go to my kitchen, get the sharpest knife, and cut the bullshit out. I don't care what you do good. I do every fucking thing great.
Mr. PPV, baby.
Yo, can you hear me?
I hear you, Dominic. Talk to me.
Yo, what's goodness? Let's talk about Deontay Wilder. I mean, I watched the same shit last night, and I really hope that Deontay Wilder, steps on the gas a little bit. But hey, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. I mean, that's why you gotta kind of look at it. I mean, if the dude gets the W's, why should I tell him what to do? I ain't in the ring with Luis Ortiz. So I'm hoping that it goes to 3 rounds. That's it. But but I love Deontay Wilder's paw and jab. It goes all the way to the end, and I don't really care about no sales. I got it on Fox. I've seen that you can order it on there. That's pretty dope, and I just can't wait, man. I got the chicken wings and the pizza ready. I'm making sure I eat before the fight, because I've done that before. I've ate in the middle of it, and that's not what you do. And Luis Ortiz, he got a lot to prove, man.
Let me help you here, man. Let me help you here. Are you interested at all in anyone on the undercard? Any Leo Santa Cruz? Any of those guys? Nobody?
Of course, I pay attention to Luis Santa Cruz. I haven't really checked out the undercard. I know you said it. I was busy getting inside the house. Yeah, that's it. I mean.
So what about Callum Smith? There's been talk about him possibly fighting David Benavidez next year. Are you interested in seeing Callum Smith take on his mandatory John Ryder?
Definitely a true fight without any type of stimulation. Hell yeah, I would love to see it in that weight class.
Well, he's not going to be fighting David Benavidez tomorrow, but he'll be fighting his
I
mandatory
know. I'm
in
talking
John
about.
Ryder.
I would love to see that. Now I know that's not going to be on the undercard or anything like that. I would love to see that with any type of stipulations like Canelo would do. I would definitely love to see a prospect like Benavidez fight someone that's an upcoming prospect here in America, but a really good prospect in UK. Kevin Smith. That'd be a bomb-ass fight.
Well, all right.
But if Canelo did it, I wouldn't be excited.
But if Canelo did it, what?
I wouldn't be excited because, I mean, you know, in America, we don't really know Kevin Smith like that. So I can't, you know, get my peoples together and be like, hey, Kevin Smith versus, Canelo. But it'll be a perfect fight for David Benavidez.
So that you'll get excited for Benavidez, but not for Canelo. Okay.
No, I would want to see Canelo fight someone way one more, you know, with a name, you know, someone like Ward. If Ward came out of retirement, I would definitely love to see that.
Well, all right,
Yeah.
all right. Let me go ahead and get to Mike while I connect Teofimo Sr. Mike, what's up? You ready there? You got everything going?
Yeah, I think I got everything situated. How it sound, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to mess with the show, you dig. You know what I'm saying? How my audio saying?
You are good, but maybe if you could turn up just a bit. You lower than normal.
What about now?
Oh, now you're rocking.
All right. Yo, what's up, people, man? My bad. But, yeah, it's fight week, man. Nice little weekend of fights, to be honest with you. I didn't know that so many people were fighting. We got the young Vito Mielnicki. We got the course pay-per-view with Deontay Wilder and Luis Ortiz. We got over in the UK with Callum Smith versus John Ryder, and a lot more shit going on. Raquel Pretty Beast Miller going for a WBA interim title. I mean, this weekend is like jam-packed. But let's get to the main event. You know what I'm saying? Let's start where we always start. Now we always start. Wilder Ortiz. I really, like, I know I've been on this show, like, killing Ortiz, saying that he didn't look good his last two fights. But, like Ness always says, man, when the fight get closer and you start thinking about these parlays and you start thinking about these bets, you like, God damn it, and you have a flashback of that last fight, you can think, man, this fight might end up going long, but then you think about what Wilder did to Brazil, what Wilder did to Stavern. Like, Wilder been putting shit together here of late, so a lot of little factors, man, that I really don't know which way to go as far as betting wise. But as far as like the fight goes, I think Wilder, as he always said and always has stated, he's going in the fight for the knockout. He ain't going to look for it, but like when it comes, he's going to expect it. He expects to get the knockout. And 42 fights, 40 knockouts, I don't expect anything less. I already knocked out Ortiz. Or I know Ortiz looks great. I hear everybody, he looks like he's 24 now. The body looks good, growing hair and all this kind of shit. I'm of the mindset, man, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. And getting ready, I don't know how much of that getting ready has taken out of Luis Ortiz, because I was watching the PBC on Fox, and he looked good doing those drills. But at the same time, man, that's an older gentleman, you know what I'm saying, trying to get his body back right for one of the biggest fights of his life. So I don't know how much that actually took out of Luis Ortiz. But at the end of the day, man, he is dangerous southpaw. Great Cuban background, great Cuban boxer. So we all know that technically and like skill level, you know what I'm saying, he probably has a little bit more on Wilder. But yeah, man, that's pretty much how I'm looking at it. I think Wilder's definitely end up getting the knockout.
All right, show business. Let's give them a few more minutes and see if they're wrapping up a gym session. I know they're here in Flemington, New Jersey, so who knows? They could also be traveling for the fight, being as Bob lives out there in Vegas and has a gym for Top Rank. But yeah, man, we're supposed to get Teofimo Lopez Sr. on the show. If you haven't done so already, head on over to patreon.com/theboxervoice and ask Sr. a question, as well as Austin Trout is scheduled to be on at 8:15. Mike, I have kind of changed my mind. I'm not sure if Wilder's going to do it in between 1 and 6. Just rewatching the fight, he was a bit patient. Even though he did what he did in round 5, he didn't come right out in round 6 and jump on him. Even Herman Cancido thought that that's what was going to happen. And he yelled it out in Spanish, like, yo, he's going to come out. But that didn't happen. I think it takes Wilder a little bit of time to warm up. I'm starting to feel like maybe that 7 through 12 is the safer pick. But it's hard to get those memories of Brazil and Bermain Stavern out of my head.
One thing you got to realize that Luis Ortiz is probably a better fighter than Brazil and Stavern, and probably is more dangerous with his skill set. And Wilder was very cautious about rushing in on Ortiz. Even when he had him hurt, he wasn't really like as aggressive as he normally is. But at the end of the day, I just think that Ortiz is coming in great shape, so I give him first 6 rounds. He took Wilder last round. 11 rounds 10 rounds last time. So he's going to be there in the fight. And Wilder's going to be patient. We've seen it against Gerald Washington. We've seen it against even Fury to a certain extent. He normally comes in and he picks his shot because with Wilder, every shot that he throws pretty much count. He throws through the guard, around the guard, down the middle, you know what I'm saying? Even did some body work in the Fury fight that I was impressed with. So with that being said, I'm totally favoring round 7 through 12 more so than 1 through 6. But like he said, man, he only got to be perfect for 2 seconds, and that 2 seconds can happen at any point in the fight.
I was saying before you came on that I just can't see Ortiz winning. He hit Wilder with everything, and when he was hurt, he hit him with everything and couldn't further hurt him, couldn't drop him, couldn't make him not do what he does. I don't know, man. I don't know. Do you think that he has the power to knock out Wilder?
Nah, man. I've seen it. He didn't even have the power to knock down Wilder. Maybe a cleaner shot could catch Wilder. Who knows? But like you said, in that 7th round, he hit Wilder with the kitchen sink. He even brought up a fucking baseball bat and swung it too, and he still didn't go down. He was able to walk back to his corner, even though we seen that he was his legs was no saying kind of, but he made it back to his corner and came out the next round and proceed on with the fight. And Ortiz could never recapture that moment, and we don't know how much in that moment he took out of himself. You know what I'm saying? Did he let it all go? If he get Wilder hurt this time, will he be more educated and not try to, you know what I'm saying, bum rush Wilder like he did? But even with that said, I think he was a little bit patient with like trying to set up his shots when like Wilder was hurt, and he still wasn't able to do it.
Yeah, I mean, look, I got this thing on now. Wilder was just patient. He likes waiting for that shot, and he overshoots too. That right hand went over Ortiz's head a lot. Well, Wilder, the advantage that he has on Ortiz is the reach. It's so difficult for Ortiz to get on the inside, not only because of the reach, but because of Wilder's footwork. He's able to take that half step back. And sometimes he was even holding Ortiz back with the jab hand. I just hope he's able to do all that better. What I seen he had good success with was the left hook. He would just paw the jab out and then boom, really quick turn that into a left hook and hit Ortiz. But rewatching the fight, I see what Ortiz means. He did get hit behind the head a few times. He got hit with some inside of the gloves, with the wrists. Wilder gets wild when he thinks he has you out, man. There's no denying that.
I can't sit here, man, and not smile every time I hear somebody saying they got hit with the wrist, so he went down, or he got hurt with the wrist. That's some funny shit right there. But with that being said, yeah, man. When I look at this fight, man, I try to put fights in like different categories, like age, youth, athleticism, power. skills. You know what I'm saying? And only box that I can really tick off is the pedigree of Luis Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? Being from that Cuban background, he is the better boxer in the fight. But when it comes to athleticism, youth, you know what I'm saying, power, the longest reigning champion, you know what I'm saying? So he knows what that championship caliber takes, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, and when I'm looking at Ortiz, like, I just can't see you dethroning Wilder, you know what I'm saying? If there's somebody out there to do it, I ain't seen it yet, but it's damn sure not going to be you tomorrow night. And like Wilder said, like, he's not looking past Ortiz, but he always looked through his competition on to the next, and he knows what lies ahead, and he knows how big the possibility of that Fury pay-per-view could be. So I just don't see it, Ortiz getting the job done.
Now, I'll be honest, the probability is higher for Ortiz that he can get it done because he's making the fight in this fight. He's the one coming forward. You know, Wilder is the counterpuncher, but Ortiz is the one causing the action. Not only is he pushing Wilder back, but he's throwing more punches.
I think,
and that's.
Go ahead. No, I think we get it. Like, I know he's pushing the action, but it's different. For somebody pushing you back, and you not giving up your height, not giving up your reach, not giving up your range. And that fight, that's why I was saying with Wilder, he wasn't as aggressive, but he made sure that he kept that range on Ortiz. Like you said, he was holding out his glove, you know what I'm saying, just to get, you know what I'm saying, make sure he had the distance between him and Ortiz.
Now, Ortiz also had a lot of success to the body, and that's what I'm saying. I'm worried that if the Coach Larry Wade training was effective, he could A, throw more punches, and B, throw more punches for more rounds. And that's going to be interesting because Ortiz is fundamentally very sound. So when he hurt Wilder, he still dug to the body. When Wilder tried to grab, he ripped to the body multiple times. So it's just going to be interesting to see what this 20-pound lighter, alleged, right? We didn't see the weigh-in until tomorrow, but in the 4-part series, they're alleging that he lost 20 pounds of weight. Do you believe that?
I mean, I have to see tomorrow. I mean, 20 pounds, that's a lot of weight to lose. And I'm not a big fan of, you know what I'm saying, you change it up like that. Like I always said, like, you don't change up everything when you get to the dance, you know what I'm saying? You just reassure what you always did. But 20 pounds, that's a lot. We'll find out tomorrow. Yeah.
I mean, he said they stripped away the fat and, it got lean muscle. So we'll see. I mean, look, Wilder was respecting him, to an extent. Because there's that time in the 4th round where Ortiz is like throwing Hail Mary left hands and he pushes Wilder back with one into the ropes. And then Wilder just shoves him off of him and tries to walk him down. But then the ref, kind of gets in the middle of that and he like gives Wilder a warning. But that was one of those moments right there. Like, bro, you hit me with your best shot. I'm about to walk. He was about to do the Bemain Stavern. I'm telling you, walk up to him and just bang, bang. That 1-2. But he's having a lot of success landing the right hand. The thing is, he's been hitting Ortiz in the top of the head, on the side of the neck and shoulder. They aren't flush on that chin. If he can catch him on the chin, man, it's going to be interesting. And also, sometimes Ortiz shoots the jab and Wilder like takes a half step back and then the high guard closes it. But sometimes that guard could be split. It would be nice to see him take that half step back and shoot the right hand. You know what I mean? Shoot the right hand, create just a little bit of space and fucking, it's like catch and shoot. I guess without catching, maybe slip and shoot because he's backing up. I don't know. But, the Southpaw Orthodox, they waste so much time tapping each other's jab hand. But because Ortiz has so much, amateur background, he's a little more successful. He's shooting his jab to the body. He's turning his jab into a hook to the body. He's doubling it up. But again, Wilder has a good way of getting out of trouble with those feet and using his jab hand. I mean, no sense in wasting more time. I'm picking Wilder by stoppage. I'm just not sure if it's first half or second half anymore. I'm gonna stay true to my gut and go first half, and just hope that everything that I thought the first time presents itself the second time, meaning now that he's more comfortable, he knows him, he'll come out a little hotter with a little bit of a sweat. That was one of our Patreon questions to him. One of our listeners was telling him that, or telling Jay that Wilder comes out dry. Here he is in the 5th round, and he's got a little bit of sweat. But then again, he did remain and Dominic without a sweat, man. So you just never know. But I'll stick with 1 through 6, man. 1 through 6.
Yeah, I'm thinking 9 through 12. You know what I'm saying? I think it pretty much mirrors what we seen in the first fight. I think Ortiz might fade down the stretch. And I'm thinking 9 through 12, maybe put 8 in there just to be safe.
Next up, we got Leo Santa Cruz versus who he fighting? Miguel Flores. Who's that guy?
No, you know who Miguel is? You don't know Miguel?
Yeah. I've seen Flores, man. I think this is gonna end up being a pretty good fight. I want to say Flores is undefeated or maybe 1 loss, but I'm double checking.
I don't know, but yeah, Leo's going up for the vacant WBA.
Okay, 2 losses. Damn, back to back, 2. What? That Gwynn beat him? Wow.
Yeah, we got a WBA title on the line, vacant. I believe it's the one Javante.
Chris Avalos beat him? What the fuck?
Yeah, the one Javante vacated and the one Cancillo was trying to make a case for. So Leo is fighting Miguel Flores, 12-round fight. Vacant WBA junior lightweight title, and a lot of rumblings about what could be possibly next for Leo Santa Cruz. So we'll see if he's able to be victorious. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, insane that this dude has lost to that Gwynn. I mean, that right there is wow.
Refresh the people's memory on who Dak Gwynn is or Zach Gwynn.
Bruh,
Cause you say Dak Gwynn to me, I'm like, all right, shit, he lost, cool. I don't have the slightest idea who Dak Gwynn is.
Bruh, Dak Gwynn lost to Orlandito de Valle so long ago. Jason Velez, think about it. Who was Jason Velez beat? But he beat Dak Gwynn. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. And look, just look at him. Just look at him. I'm gonna go ahead and screen share this champ. Look at him. But you looking at him?
I'm waiting for it to pop up. On
my man look like he Mr. Miyagi brother.
Mr. Miyagi little brother, huh?
Not little. They look about the same age.
They the older brothers. Oh shit. No man. That's fucked up, bro. Why you put that man on the screen like that, bro?
Bro, because I can't believe Flores lost. Flores was a little hot prospect, man.
How old is
I
he?
don't know what happened to Flores, man. When did it happen? Obviously, it happened in 2017. That Gwynn burst that bubble, but what the fuck?
How a 38-year-old get a title shot?
Who's 38?
Ain't he 38? That
nah.
Yeah, that Gwynn is okay.
Yeah, but that Gwynn wasn't going for no title shot. There.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm thinking about
Flores going for a title shot after 2 tune-ups. He get it. Thank you, Al Heyman, baby.
That's why motherfuckers love him over there, man. For real. We are.
Yeah, you see what Joseph said?
Yeah, he did. He did play for the Cowboys. You ain't lying, Joseph. Brandon Figueroa, man, defending his WBA regular junior featherweight title against Julio Ceja. I heard of Julio Ceja before, man.
Yo, you know how lazy I am, but I seen a headline that made me believe that Brandon isn't happy with his regular title. It was something like, and I'm paraphrasing, like, "Oh, I hate that I didn't win the belt," or something like that. Did you see that?
I seen something like that, but I believe like when you open the story, it's like a clickbait kind of thing. This is a good. Okay, I figured. Yeah, say hi. It's a dude that just took Rigo to war. Remember that shit? You was like, why is Rigo fighting like this? Why is he fighting?
Yeah. Who's he fighting? Who's he fighting?
He fighting Brandon Figueroa.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I believe. Hold on. Let me see.
I'll check you.
Yeah. Julio Ceja. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He just fought Guillermo. But yeah, man. This should be a entertaining fight then. You know what I'm saying? It should be a guy got 28 knockouts. He had Guillermo visibly hurt. You know what I'm saying? In that fight, was holding his own, but Guillermo just showed that Cuban pedigree and that power that he got still there. You know, was able to take him out. So this is a good test for Brandon Figueroa.
Yo, my man, biggest win is Hugo Ruiz. Then he got knocked out in a rematch.
It's a good. Well, okay, he'll go with Ruiz though.
Got
That's
knocked out
though, right?
He got knocked out by Javante. Hugo Ruiz only known for getting knocked out.
But I thought he fought Hugo Ruiz at 126, right? He fought Guillermo at 122.
He fought Hugo Ruiz at 121, so that's 22.
Well, I guess not. Well, damn, Javante fought a nigga coming up from 122.
Doggy. He
No.
the biggest fight for Ellaby made a mistake. He meant to say he the biggest fight for everybody from 122 to 140, but he said 126. Now we know why.
No. Hugo had a fight at 126 before he fought Javante or two.
Oh yeah, let's double check that. Mike want to shoot him bail.
I know that for a fact.
Damn, man, what's up with Teofimo? Hey, what's up, man?
It's all good, man. But Brandon Figueroa, brother, this should be a nice, solid test, though, man, for the 122 pound champion.
He definitely had one fight. You was right with Guevara.
Yeah, he knocked his ass out like. No, he didn't even knock him out. He went the distance. He knocked him down the first round, but he ended up going the distance. But yeah, man, Brandon Figueroa, Julio Ceja. We'll see how that fight plays out.
Yeah, that's a good test. I guess that's a good test.
We got one, man.
What?
We got one, y'all.
What?
Louis Nery versus Emmanuel Rodriguez?
Yeah.
Emmanuel Rodriguez, who just fought in the WBSS series, who lost to the Monster by knockout.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure on Louis Nery. He been speaking about the Monster's name, talking about he could beat him and shit. If you can't beat his leftovers, how he beat him, it's gonna be some shit to say.
I won't be surprised, man. I'm telling you, they mad at me on the internet because of what I said, man. But, bruh, a new way. You know when me and you and Breadman was talking?
Oh, yeah.
You muted yourself, champ.
Yeah, I know. I was giving you, time to go, but you gotta start putting more respect on that man. New Way name, man. He doing his thing, bro. He can't help. He ain't that big. He can only go so far, but he coming up from 122. I mean, from 112 to 115 to 118.
I mean, I don't know why people saying he coming up like that's not what Nonito did, and he's older.
But Nonito went up to 126 and came all the way back down to 118.
No. Nonito started down there, champion.
I know, but he hadn't fought down there in like 2 or 3 years, Ness.
And that's even worse.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, he still went up against a bigger guy.
No. He went up versus a guy that fought at 126 at the height of his career, right? Then was considered done. Got dropped by the big-time promoter. Don't squint up your face. You probably just forgetting. He got dropped by the big-time promoter in Top Rank, and he had to rebuild. And because he could not get opportunities, he had to go down in weight and join the Super 6. Come on, man. People trying to act like he was down there just being the man at 118. Man, get out of here.
Let me give you my version of the story. If you lose to Rigo at 126 or 122 and then you went up to 126 and you lost again, got knocked out, what's the fastest way for you to rebuild? Why not go back to a division where I was the motherfucking man at? That's what I'm gonna do. I know I'm older. I'm gonna lose this weight, and I'm gonna go back and down there and try to be the man. Got blessed with a victory against Ryan Burnett. My guy pulled a rib or some shit. Now he ain't fighting no more. Period. Then Zalani Tete, scary ass. Yeah. I said it. All the UK people, I said it. Scary ass, don't fake the injury. Well, had an injury. I don't want to say fake because I don't know. But the week of the fight, you have an injury? And you don't want to fight Nonito? So he got blessed again, fought somebody that we don't fucking know, and made his way to the finals against a guy who coming up from 112. He didn't start at 118 like Donaire. He started at 112 and made his way up. And it had Nonito gone in that fight.
Donaire started at 115, and FYI, his third fight, his third fight was at 112. Or 113 he weighed in at.
Cool. Anyway, in that fight, my man had Nonito gone. Referee blocked him off. Then went over to count. Who does that, man? Come on. Donaire had enough time to make a little half of a run around the ring, then take a knee. All right, man.
Donaire's 37 years old. CYP clowns Canelo Alvarez for only beating dudes 35 and older. At least he ain't struggling going life and death. Life and death. And now it's my turn. You had your whole little synopsis there of what you thought. Here's the truth. I'm showing them on YouTube the facts. Donaire's 37, and Mike could do a good job of, painting the story, but black and white doesn't lie. And you see right here that Donaire suffered a loss to Carl Frampton. Mike made it seem like, what do you do when you lose to Guillermo and you lose to Walters? You go back down to where you ruled at. Nah, that ain't what happened, Mike. But he got short-term memory. That's all.
He lost the Carl.
You ain't done? I'll wait.
No, I'm saying, whenever he lost to the top at 126, then you go back down and you rebuild.
Well, he didn't. That's my point.
Okay, what did he do?
My point is, after he lost to Guillermo and then after he lost to Walters, he continued to fight.
That's even worse.
And then he continued to lose. And then when he lost to Frampton, right, which was only a one win in between, right? So he lost to Magdaleno, got a tune-up win, and then lost to Frampton. And at that point in his career, in 2018, after losing to Frampton, he was considered done. So he did the unthinkable. After being at 26 for however many years that was, do the math, because he fought Guillermo at 22 in 2013, okay? So after being in 20 from moving up from 22 to 26, 5 years worth of time, he took the drastic paycheck. Everybody know World Boxing Super Series was giving out money, and he decided to go down. And drastic. Even you said, yes, that's drastic. Look at the fucking bro. At 37 years old, you about to go back down to 118.
So 126 to 118, which is, let me see, I'm smartest man in the world, 8 pounds is drastic.
At 37 years old?
8 pounds is drastic when we see guys do that all the time.
So let me ask you, Mike, because I know you don't have short-term memory. His first fight versus Ryan Burnett, wasn't that the talk of the analysts? Whether or not the weight cut was going to affect him?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe. But at the same time, I'm looking at it from a perspective of 8 pounds. Like, I don't think 8 pounds is that much. Now, I could see if he was going from a division 135 or he's been fighting at 147 all his career, then a 14 or 12 pound, yeah, I can, get with that.
Bro, this is all I'm going to say, man.
I lose that overnight.
You'll never see Shakur struggle versus a 37-year-old dude. You'll never see Haney struggle versus a 37-year-old dude. And you'll probably never see Gervonta struggle versus a 37-year-old dude. The problem is, motherfuckers like hyping up these little dudes for no apparent reason. No fucking reason. You ain't gonna listen, you can't change my opinion. Donaire's biggest win is Vic Darchinyan. You went life and death with a 37-year-old dude that boxing gave up on. You could paint it any way you want.
I wouldn't say life and death.
Life and death.
Nah,
crazy as hell.
He didn't go
that
down.
That boy was getting his head. That boy was getting his head ping pong. He ain't look like no fucking monster.
Did he drop him?
He ain't look like no monster.
He didn't like a monster when he knocked in the
No. How you look like a monster being walked down?
Body shot.
How you look like a monster being walked down?
He turned to a track athlete.
How?
He hit him and forgot what sport he was in.
Bruh, how you look like a monster getting walked down, though?
He hit him and forgot what sport he was in.
Okay.
From boxing to track. Simple as that.
You right.
But
anyway,
man.
And you're right. If he started to run track, he only 37. The new age should have caught up to him.
You're right about that. Leduan Barthelemy versus Eduardo Ramirez. I don't know either of those guys. Do you?
Nah, man. I think it's Eduardo Ramirez, right? Eduardo.
But somebody that I do know who I'm glad to see is back on the PBC card, Vito Mielnicki Jr. versus Marklin Bailey. Now, I know it's a showcase, you know what I'm saying? He's young, so they bringing him up. But I like Vito, man. I like his charisma. I like his swag, and I like how he fights. So I'm excited to see this young prospect again and see how he turns out. Nothing about Vito? You okay?
Nah, I said I had already talked about Vito when I was, waiting for you to come back. I was trying to buy time, so I went through that.
Okay. Oh, well, you want to everybody? So I don't need to go through that shit. All right, that's done. Marcellus Wilder fights tomorrow. He should be fighting on the YouTube version of the Fox, so they will be streaming on YouTube. So catch that. You get to the Zone and Callum Smith.
I mean, I didn't break it down. I talked about Vito because, when you fell out, we were already on the PBC card, so I talked about that, but I didn't get to any of the other subjects, like in terms of breakdowns or anything like that.
Callum Smith versus John Ryder. Now, I've seen John Ryder a couple times fight over in the UK. I was never really, over impressed with him. He called out Chris Eubank Jr. a couple times, but somebody that I am impressed with is Callum Smith. He's a tall, super middleweight, very powerful. Beat George Groves in the World Boxing Super Series. About his biggest win to date. But what I can say is that I'm excited for the what's after this fight. Cause, excuse me, I don't expect John Ryder to give Callum Smith much of a fight. Maybe. He's been training hard and he's been talking a lot online, so maybe he is ready for this fight. But I think Callum Smith is just too tall, too long, too strong, and just too good for John Ryder. So I expect him to get a knockout in his hometown of Liverpool.
Yeah, man. I hope the fight's good, man. I've been watching Callum, and he ain't been in the test since the George Groves fight, and even that was a, Groves that was injured and at the end of his career. Solid win because it was a tournament win. But, yeah, man, he ain't done shit since the tournament, at all.
I ain't done really shit. Who he beat coming up from 160?
Hassan Ndam on the AJ undercard.
Man, beat the shit out that boy. And I'm looking at John Ryder. He lost to Rocky Fielding. It's probably was his biggest fight to date. Beat Patrick Nelson, somebody I never heard of. I heard of Jamie Cox. Jamie Cox out here, I believe, with a body. That was the George Groves fight. And Jamie Cox had no business fighting at 168 anyway. So Jamie Cox is not really that great of an opponent. Andrei Sirinkin, undefeated, Russian. I don't know him. Bala Akawi. Don't know him either. So he ain't really been fighting anybody since he lost to Rocky Fielding. And if that's your biggest loss to date, and biggest fight today, and you lost a split decision. Callum Smith is just too much for you, bro.
And what's that? 160. Let me just see how those rankings look. How the fuck John Ryder become a mandatory, bro?
He number 5 in the world.
No, he number 1 on WBA.
I'm saying he number 5 in the world on BoxRec.
Oh, word?
I don't know how that is either. Cause bro, beating. How many stars did he get for these motherfuckers, bro? Like, who is Bilal Akawi? Never heard of that nigga.
I mean, maybe Bilal was some sort of regional champ, man. He went to his country or something. I don't know.
And he got almost 60 points for that motherfucker too on BoxRec.
Oh, he beat Patrick Nielsen. That was like a German fight, I believe, right?
Yeah, I guess, man.
Jack. Who the fuck are they? Nick Black. He lost to Nick Black. How you top 5? You lost to Nick Blackwell.
Nick Blackwell, man, that's tough right there.
He lost to Billy. At least he took Billy the decision. He called.
Everybody takes. If you got a chin, I don't know what happened last time was just an anomaly, y'all. I'm telling you, if you got a chin and you a decent enough fighter, you take Billy to a decision.
Bruh, how is this dude number 5? I'm clicking this shit. Where's Benavidez at? They got Benavidez under this motherfucker. You know this shit retarded.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
On BoxRec.
I don't believe. I don't believe.
Bruh. Yo, I got to screen share how biased this shit is. How Callum Smith, Chris Eubank, Billy Joe, Rocky Fielding, John Rock, they own BoxRec.
UK, baby.
They own BoxRec. They own BoxRec. How is Keller Plant not dead? Where's Keller Plant on BoxRec?
Where is Caleb? Well, he's not ranked in the top 5.
Man, maybe John Ryder's not ranked as that's the thing. He's not ranked on BoxRec. Where's he ranked at? They got him as a southpaw super middleweight. Yeah, I don't know.
John Ryder is ranked on BoxRec. I'm seeing a 5.
Yeah. No. I meant to say like not at super middle, but he is. Where is Keller Plant? Maybe I overlooked.
He's number 9. They got Willie Monroe Jr. above Caleb Plant. They wildin'. But it's based off points and like who you fought. I guess, but.
But bruh, how is Uztatagi not more points than a lot of these motherfuckers? Like, what is they talking about?
That's wow.
Yeah, they got Plant down there. Plant got the 249. Yo, and word is born, Monroe been in more big fights. Monroe been in the Murray fight. He been in the Billy Joe fight. He was in the Gennady fight. Plus, he was in the Bucksino tournament. And he only a 257. Benavidez a 2. How they got Fedor shooting? Man, we going to get caught up in the rabbit hole fucking with BoxRec. I'm out.
Yeah, that's wild. But yeah, man, I don't think John Ryder's going to be able to beat Callum Smith. On the undercard of that, we got Anthony Fowler making his little, journey on the comeback trail after losing to.
Yeah, it's a 10-rounder for him, so he's at least trying to progress.
Yeah, he's facing Harry Scarf, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Should be
look like Scarf, right?
Yeah, should be able to beat him pretty easily. You know what I'm saying? Fowler, man, just got to see you either fight Ted Cheeseman or rematch Scott Fitzgerald to get out of that domestic scene. I know you had a little setback, but we'll see if you can continue for a world title down the road. James Tennyson faces Craig Evans. I know a James Tennyson, you know what I'm saying? He's a pretty good fighter. So I'm going to be checking him out on the zone. I'll probably watch this whole card. Tom Farrell versus Shon Dodd. Masher Dodd. Okay, Tom Farrell. Okay, that should be a nice little scrap. A nice little blood and guts, you know what I'm saying, for the Liverpool public. They're probably from like around that area, so probably why they're on that card. Thomas Whitaker Hart versus Joseph Perkovic, something like that, light heavyweight clash, and Martin Moley. I don't know who these guys are. I don't know why I put them on the card, but to be honest with you, fuck that. We ain't gonna talk about that. Moving on to number 3. Andre Cancillo versus Rene Alvarado, man. Cancillo, I'm happy. I'm happy anytime this guy fights because I love his background, I love his story, and I love the hardship that he's been through to be a champion now. You know what I'm saying? I know it's the WBA regular, but when you come from where he come from and you doing the shit that he was doing during camp for that fight, fuck it, man. A belt is a belt, and he's getting more money now. So Rene Alvarado, though, should be a solid test for him, right? Right, Ness?
I have no clue who Renee is.
You have no clue who Rene Alvarado is, really? I thought that was Mike's little brother or something.
Mike who?
Alvarado.
Shh.
All right, Zucan is back. Somebody you do know, and is facing Manny Robles III. 12 rounds for Zucan's WBA.
Yeah, this gonna be a sleeper, man. Robles is ready. Robles is ready.
What you mean ready? Ready for war?
Yeah, man. You know that's Manny's son.
I could have pictured by the name, but the third, you know what I'm saying? It had to be somebody's son.
And let me double check, but I believe he's been on a hot streak, right? He got some losses, but you know. Where is that?
And this is a golden boy card, by the way, if I didn't put that out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Zucan gonna be a tough test for him though. Like Zucan is came out of nowhere last year to get that belt, but ever since then he had a little hometown fight where I believe where he's from, or he is in the States, but I know it's against a Japanese opponent. Yeah, man, I was impressed with his fight. Who did he upset? Let me go see who he upset. Cause I was impressed with that fight too.
Oh, this the other son. This one undefeated.
Oh, for real?
So he don't even know how to lose.
See my little guy Zucan, Can Zoo. I keep on saying his man name wrong.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see, man. Zucan. Manny Robles III, 18-0. That should be a good little scrap right there. I like that.
I don't know anybody he's been in there with, though.
Guess who's back?
Who?
Well, he was back, but he got hospitalized. Avi Sparrow was supposed to be on
this
card.
Yeah, I seen that.
I seen the headline that he was hospitalized. I don't know. I didn't read the story. I just seen the headline. Hated for him, man. The last couple of fights, man. He got the laws called on him when he was supposed to fight Ryan Garcia, so they took him away. Then got a nice comeback fight on a Golden Boy card, Andre Castillo on the card, and again, something happened, man. Tough break for him. Rashidi Ellis versus Eddie Gomez. Glad to see Rashidi Ellis in action. Fights very, very infrequently, so it's just like, man, I'm glad to see you, but if I seen you more, I probably would be more invested. But it is what it is, man, and that's it for that right there. Alex Rincon is facing Rafael Garcia in a 6-round junior middleweight fight. And that rounds out that. And right now, just to give y'all some fights that is going on this weekend, Jack Kuklay versus Jama Sadi in Berlin. In Houston, Evan Holyfield will be facing Henry Mendez in the 4th round.
Mike, hate to interrupt, champ, but we got Austin Trout on the line. Austin, how are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's good to be back.
No doubt, Trout. What's going on, brother?
What's happening, y'all? How y'all feeling on this frosty day? I don't know how it is where y'all at. It's cold over here.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm in the East, so definitely the temperature is a bit lower. But today was warmer than most days, man. It didn't feel that bad. But yeah, man, I'm happy to talk to you, man. It's been a long time, and we just wanted to check in with you. It's a big fight week. Get a couple of predictions from you. Find out what's cooking for you. I know Kevin Cunningham and his fighter Erickson Lubin have kept your name in their, I guess horizon or mouth, whatever, however you want to put it. So I just wanted to see what was up with you.
Well, you know me, man. I'm always up for any challenge. I haven't even been paying attention, to be honest. So I didn't even know that. But yeah, Lubinson, son of Lubin, he's a good fighter. It'd be a good bout. I always feel like I'll beat him. Everybody. I feel like I beat everybody, even still now to this day. I don't hit like Charlo, but I can hit. I hit more than anyway. That's a good fight. Be honest with y'all, I'm trying to make a move down to 147. These cats is hella big in this 154 class, and that's kind of what I'm looking at. But if the right fight presents itself, I'll take my black ass right back up to 54.
Yo, last time we had you on, you said you was making that move. I'm shocked that we almost at the end of the year and you ain't made the move yet, or are you at least working at it? Do you have a weight check?
No, I'm working at it. It ain't even a problem of me making the weight as of right now. Like, I'm walking around at a decent weight, like 65, which I never used to do. You know what I mean? I used to be at like 180, 185. But it's all about trying to get a fight. I ain't heard nothing. I ain't heard no talks. I ain't heard no calls. I ain't heard nothing about no fight.
Man, you gonna have to make a call.
It's gonna get to a point where I'm making the call. I was at the homie's wedding, telling Sam like, hey, bro, Danny Garcia needs a fight now.
Yo, I was just about to say that.
January fight.
I was just about to tell you, like, could you be ready for January?
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, I don't want them to try to play me on some, call me last minute, knowing that this will be my first fight at 149, 150. Well, I doubt that I'm going to do 47 unless it's for a title, right? Danny got a belt, doesn't he?
Nah, he doesn't. But he got a ranking. He got a high mandatory ranking.
Oh, so it might be for eliminator or something. Whatever. I'll make 47. I'll make that work. If you tell me Hurd could come down from 300 pounds to 54, I can make 47.
Well, do you think that you can make that more possible by getting a regular 147-pound fight just to show the world you're there, show your handlers you're there? Or do you think that the relationship between you and the handlers is at the point that if you say you can make 47, that should be the fights that they're looking for and getting you?
The thing is, like, either way, however it could come, I just want to be fighting, be active. So, like, if my handlers ain't tripping, they feel like I can make the 47. But if say for marketing purposes that I need to get a fight, my last outing was shit. Part of my friends, I need to get some wins, and I need to get some wins in the 147 division. So if they feel like in order to market a fight that needs to happen, that's fine too. But let me get that fight. Let's hurry up and get that done, so we can hurry up and get the other stuff done.
How's it going, Mr. Trout? I want to ask you now, going from 154 to 147, how hard would that losing that extra 7 pounds be? And the reason why I asked that, we just had a argument or a discussion about Nonito Donaire coming up from 126 back down to 118. Do you think that a guy who was fighting at 118 or wherever he started at 112, right?
115.
115. From 126 to 118, do you think that's a drastic a weight cut for a guy who's already fought down there previously?
With Nonito though, like, I don't think he was really fighting at the weight he should have been when he went up to 26. I think he just didn't feel like putting in that extra sacrifice to lose the weight. I'm not saying he's lazy paying me. Losing weight sucks. It's the worst thing to do. And that's why I never went down to 47 because I was like, I'm going to stay here. But at the same time, I've been making 54 easier now than I was at 27. That's because of the diet change in between fights, making sure that I'm staying around some kind of shape. When it gets down to those last extra 6 pounds, I know it's going to be rough. I've done the scans. I've looked and seen what I can lose and what I can't lose, and I have the weight to lose it healthily as far as the fat, the water, and all that goes. Without cutting into my core fats that I need, I can lose the weight, plus a couple more pounds. So I believe Nonito, he's probably done the same thing. He's checked the scans. He's seen, I can lose the weight. I just don't want to. And I didn't want to either, but I want a resurrection of my career, and I think in another weight class would be a great way to make some noise. Plus, I'll be the big man again. Except when it comes to Spence big ass.
What do you make of Canelo Alvarez's career since you fought him? He's went on to be a 168 champion, a 175-pound champion, beat Kovalev. Like, I know from the outside looking in, maybe you have a certain, you know what I'm saying, investment in Canelo because you guys shared the ring together. Have you been really paying attention to him and his trajectory?
Yeah, to me, absolutely. You can't say that you like boxing if you're not watching Canelo's career. Since I fought Canelo, he's been the superstar that he was supposed to be. You know, probably one more. He's a hell of a fighter. He's a good fighter. He can scrap. He says all the right stuff. Good looking kid. I mean, what else? Ain't nothing really bad you can say about him.
He wants you to talk about that fight, man. That's what it is. People seeing your response on Twitter.
Oh, the Kovalev. You didn't ask me about the Kovalev fight. You said about Canelo's career. There's a difference. Now,
he was trying to pussyfoot.
Now, I actually did
I'm
see
sorry,
his tweet.
and
So
people are like, oh, you hate. I'm sorry. I'm just like calling it out. I think Kovalev took a dive, and not a dive in the sense that he didn't get knocked out by the right hand. Dive in the sense that he was never trying to win, and he left himself wide open to get knocked out by the right hand because that left hook ain't land, and he sat there was wobbling, and you just looked at Canelo like, man, if you don't throw that damn right hand already, and then Canelo did the right hand. Never seen Kovalev pity pat so much in my life. I don't think he never threw any stank on any punches. This is the crusher, man. This is the crusher.
Now playing devil's
and then
advocate,
he comes back and he says, you know, that I was winning for money. Come on, like I know you can't say I took a dive, but that's pretty much saying like I took the dive. I just did it for money. Who does that?
Yeah, man, I'm not.
Especially with the physical advantage he
mindset
had.
that Kovalev took a dive, but what I can say, he went in now with a full clip because he did agree to a supposedly a weight rehydration clause that maybe hindered his performance in that fight.
Okay, so if when I say take a dive, I don't mean he faked the dive. I'm saying he didn't go in there to win, in a sense, through the fight. He wasn't going there to beat Canelo. And, I mean, that's a shame because, honestly, I think Canelo could have beaten Kovalev without him pulling his punches. You know what I'm saying? I think Canelo would have busted him up. It would have been a better fight for us to see. That would have been a hell of a fight. We had Kovalev trying against Canelo. And I still think Canelo would have won. I think he would have bodied him for real eventually with a decent body shot, not a right hand to the face.
So, Austin, you said you haven't heard from anyone, so you don't even have a targeted date or month when you can possibly be back?
Not yet. I'm working on some things myself to keep me active if you know, we can't get a phone call soon. But I got to stay active. I got so many years left. And I got to hit it hard right now. Yesterday.
For sure. So
3 months ago.
Have you been training?
Yes, sir. I've been training.
Out in Las Cruces?
Yeah, I've been home. You know, these kids, boy, they need me to pick them up and drop them off all over the damn city. So, you know, if I could be home, I'm home. But I've been training, making sure I still look good. If nothing else, right?
For sure, for sure.
Gotta look good at least.
So it's fight week, man. Let's turn our attention to Deontay Wilder, Luis Ortiz, the rematch. First and foremost, do you feel that he needed this rematch?
No, I didn't feel like he needed the rematch. But, you know, who else is going to fight right now? Tyson Fury's busy or trying to go to UFC. Joshua's busy. Reese is busy. I mean, no, he didn't need this rematch, but it's still an interesting fight. Just because we know Luis Ortiz, he's a smart Cuban fighter who can figure out. I mean, you don't never want to give a Cuban fighter a second look. You know what I mean? And he was doing his thing before he got knocked out. So that's why it's interesting. The only thing that I say is going against Luis Ortiz is age.
So are you of the mindset?
Oh, yeah, Wilder's right hand.
Do you believe Wilder when he says that he's the only top 10 guy that is giving Luis Ortiz an opportunity?
I mean, we could fact check that. Who else is Luis Ortiz fought that was top 10? That was it, right?
I mean, 5 years ago he fought Brian Jennings.
Was Brian Jennings in the top 10 then?
I'm assuming. I think Brian Jennings had just lost to Vladimir Klitschko in his first title shot.
Sorry. Okay, and then there you go. It's not real. It's not a true fact.
What would it take for Austin?
It's not fact. It's fact.
What would it take for Austin Trout to possibly contemplate a fight with Terrence Crawford if you're willing to go down to 147, seeing that you already held the WBO belt previously?
I was a WBA champ, but what would it take for them to say, "Hey, Austin, you want to fight Terrence Crawford?" I'm like, hell yeah. How much time I get to make this weight?
All right,
but see, if going after Terrence, I think would be like, because Terrence and Errol, those are the ones right that we're looking at as the best in the welterweight division. And so, you know what I mean, that'd be dope to just shoot right straight to the top and just get that the opportunity. And then there would be no more Terrence and Spence talking, but you traveling Spence, and I'm all for that too. So then, I mean, me just visualizing how it's gonna work out, yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be real cool.
Now
he ain't got nobody fight. Who's he fighting? A guy's name, Mayman or
Kavalauskas.
We can't say his name, so they just put up there like Mayman or
Mean Machine,
whatever they call him. Mean Machine. There you go. Mean Machine.
You called him mean, man. Okay.
Yo, Trout, you funny, man. You funny.
I didn't make the poster. I thought that was fun. I was like, his name ain't Mean Machine. And I was like, what is his name? Name of that. I was like, oh, that's why they put Mean Machine. They don't know the spell or the say it.
All right, so I got some questions from the people. We got Dominic in Seattle wants to know, do you feel that you were beat by Canelo? And is Floyd your favorite fighter? That's left field.
I don't feel like I was beaten by Canelo. Floyd is one of my favorite fighters. He's not my favorite fighter, though. You know, I'd say the late, great Sweet Pea. He gave me hope for left-handers that were slick. I love watching Sweet Pea fight. He's probably my favorite. Final answer, yeah.
All right. We got John, that one white boy in Texas, says, no question here. Just want to say, as a fan, thank you for the awesome fights and looking forward to your next one. Stay golden, champ. We have Ruin.
Hey, man. Thank you, brother.
All right. We have Ruin the 504 says, after your draw with Gaucher, what fight are you eyeing to get back into title contention?
Well, I wanted to rematch Gaucher like ASAP right away, but he didn't. I mean, I understand. He did what he had to do. He's like, ain't no point going back. I had the shit to prove. So I was denied that. I told him right away because I wanted to go to 47 before the Gaucher fight, but then I got the Gaucher fight after a year layoff and needed that fight. So that was like trying to get my eyes back down to 47, looking at Thurman, looking at Garcia, looking at Porter. Porter would probably be the first one to fight me because he ain't running from nobody. Definitely looking at the Spencers. Hell, I'm even looking at my man Adrian Granados. That'd be a hell of a fight to introduce myself to. He's a hell of a fighter. I don't think he's gonna be at 47 anymore, but I'll fight whoever I need to fight to get to where I need to get. Well, we need to get this thing going now because I'm trying to be active and I don't want to wait mad years to have 2 fights. That's trash. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I've been shelved a bit and I've been salty about it because I've never been able to have a great performance, I feel, due to my inactivity. And soon enough, it's going to be that it's not my inactivity, it's something else. I ain't got it no more. Who knows? I need to go and get it while I got it.
So what's your situation? Is Al the advisor? Do you also have another manager? Because, I mean, DAZN's always looking for inventory.
No, I mean, I don't know. I'm still in good with Al and them. I think, it's all love as far as I know and am concerned.
No, well, what I mean is,
like I said,
can you, put in the word to Al to see if there's any opportunities over on any side? If he can't get you something, is there something available somewhere else? Like Mike said, maybe with Crawford, and if not with Crawford, I mean, Golden Boy has Virgil Ortiz. He's got the WBA gold belt. If you're into that,
he calling out everybody.
Yeah, he did. He called out Thurman, Danny,
Porter.
But that's a big puncher too. Probably not the best fight for your first fight.
I don't care. We can go. I mean, the bigger puncher than put in the name of the big punches I fought.
Nah, you're right. You already been in there. You already been in there with some pretty big punches. Cotto, Canelo, Charlo. So, yeah.
So I'm definitely up for it, and I'm gonna make that call. Say, look, if y'all don't want to, can I go see what I can do? And just one thing is, I want their blessing because they have taken care of me. And I don't want to do anything behind anybody's back. So, I'm very transparent as it is anyway.
Nah, totally understandable. So, but let's put our attention to Ruiz Joshua, man. A stablemate of yours, obviously Ruiz with the PBC. Do you think he could pull it off again?
I do, man. I think he can pull it off again. I really do. I think, but I think Joshua's going to make it boring. But I think Reese might just be too much. I think he's going to swarm him this time. You know what I mean? The first fight, you could see the respect Reese had until, he got Johnny. He's like, all right, let's just go. And Joshua didn't know what hit him. I think Reese is going to pull it off again, man. Unpopular opinion, but I think he's going to do it again.
Yeah, now that Mexican style, man, them dudes stay right on top of you. I don't think he's seen that before.
Absolutely, and not to mention, like, his confidence is on 10, and he's been working. I don't think he let the money and the fame get to him at all. You see his body. You know what I mean? A lot of people saying that him losing the weight is not good and this, that, and third, but like, if he's working hard and that weight came off, then that's good. You know what I'm saying? If him doing some weird stuff and he loses the weight, then then that's not good.
So, matchmaking with TBV, we got another one for you that's probably easier for you to get, because he desperately needs a fight, too, and TV time. Jaron Ennis. He's with Cameron Duncan. Yeah, he's with Cameron Duncan.
I was about to say Thumani Minch. I'm about to say Ness is still with Thumani.
I mean, Thulani, his kind of, he's got to get that rematch with Formella to get back in, conversation. But what do you think of Ennis? I mean, I think that's doable, especially, Showtime is willing to pick up Ennis fights. And maybe because you're attached to it, it becomes a Showtime championship boxing.
Right. It becomes a real fight. Let's go. That's a good fight. I didn't even think about, homie. I was always just thinking about the PBC kind of stable, but you're right. Broaden my horizon. That's a good fight. Ennis is a good fighter. I'm a fan of him. I'd have to just bully him.
Yeah, and he'll need your name, right? I mean, they might stay away from you. Who knows? Maybe they don't think they're ready right now. But you know, he also needs your name on his resume. So I think it's an easy fight to make. Cameron Duncan used to be the manager of Mikey and Crawford, now turned promoter. So there's no easier way to get on television than putting a name that's been on television like Austin Trout, for sure.
Would you consider fighting like Amir Khan, Jesse Vargas, Kell Brook types? You know what I'm saying? Like get some international kind of flavor in there?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Jeff Horn, I'd love to go to Australia and fight him. Yes.
Horn is in the rematch now with Safada.
Oh, is he? Okay. Well, he's busy. All right, fine.
You got to get a second manager. You need that second manager. You need Keith Conley out there getting you the fights, bringing back the deal to Al to look over, because there's some fighters out there, like he said, Kell Brook is desperately needing a fight. Even at 54, he has fought absolutely no one.
Amir Khan is in that same boat. He desperately needs somebody to fight. He's still calling out Pacquiao and Mayweather and shit.
I know, and he just fought Billy Dibb that he brought up from 126. So
made $7 million for that fight.
So there are fighters out there that
I ain't mad at that.
No, of course not. There are fighters out there that like you said, Crawford. Speak that into existence. We had Bob on the line yesterday. I wish Mike would have been on the show yesterday. We could have mentioned that because let me tell you, I had Bob on and we didn't talk about that. But Bob needs an opponent for Crawford so bad. He told me he's thinking of Ramirez. Ramirez is not even going to be undisputed. He's going to go face Victor Postal in China, which is already set in stone, and then he'll move up to fight Crawford. So that's how bad they need Crawford opponents.
You don't need to do that. I'll fight him.
Well, Austin, man.
You don't need to do all that.
You got to get in there, man. We miss you, man. We want to get you back. And we definitely want to thank you, obviously, for coming on the program and talking a little bit of boxing with us, giving us your predictions and keeping us updated with your career. If you can, give out your social media for anybody who isn't following you can do so. And once again, just thank you for the time. Wait, did I get to everybody? I didn't get to everybody's questions, though.
No, you got like one more, two more, I think.
All right, so we stopped at Ruin the 504. All right, we got about 4 more, Austin. We'll make it quick. Canna says, do you have any plans to pass the knowledge on and train or advise the next generation of fighters?
Absolutely. I just left the gym. I was running my amateurs through, some drills to get them right. It was definitely a blessing to me, and it's only right to try to pass it down and find the next, Austin Trout in my city or anywhere I'm at. So absolutely. And I have a couple fighters, Brandon White, Savion Kent, that are on the come up. Brandon White's 4-0, Savion's 1-0. We out here fighting in Mexico. We thugging it out down here across the border. But they got a lot of potential, and I'm just trying. And when I say my fighters, like, they're not signed to me or nothing like that. I'm not doing anything for the money. We make some money, we're gonna make some money. But if somebody got a position to put them in a better position, they can have them. You know what I mean? That's fine. I'm not necessarily doing it for the money, because if I do it for the money, then I ain't doing it right. So like my fighters, they're coming along just right. And like I said, I got some things in the works. Shout out to Impact Network. Shout out to the Intermountain Guys Casino. We got to put on a show here in February if I don't get a call soon.
Well, some free advice from Cameron Duncan is, manager is good, but promoters, fighter can't get rid of a promoter.
Yeah, that's true. That's some good advice.
So anyway, we're going to go out to the next one. We got Pat in Boston. Beantown says, what has been the greatest moment in your boxing career till date?
Of course, being Cotto in the Garden, that's definitely the greatest moment. The close second was giving, Canelo a hell of a fight in the Alamo Dome. Had we won that fight, that would be the absolutely greatest moment. So, one stipulation turned my greatest moment to what I felt for a long time as my greatest defeat. But looking back now, yeah, Cotto was the greatest, and being in the ring with Canelo in front of all those people, and giving a hell of a fight, that was coming second.
So, you said something like you're attributing the loss to what?
A stipulation, something like that.
Yes. What stipulation? You talking about the scorecards?
No. I'm saying, yeah. I mean the score. I'm not saying any stipulation. I'm saying like, had somebody seen it, a little bit different, I would have won. You know what I mean?
For sure.
That's basically the stipulation. Yeah, and then the open scoring too really threw me off my game. I'm not trying to go back to that day. It was a great fight, and I almost had that shit, man.
All right. We got Caesar in Las Vegas says, there's rumors of you moving down to 147. Is it true? Well, you just answered that, and you told us any potential fights you're eyeing, so thank you, Caesar. We got Joseph in Plainview, Texas, that says, what's your thoughts on Charlo Harrison rematch, or rather Harrison-Charlo rematch? Have you seen the press conference? And if so, will it be a factor in the fight, the fact that Harrison is so badly under Charlo's skin?
I think it will. I think the fact that that Harrison is you see how much he's bothering him. And no shade to Charlo. Like, shout out to Harrison, shout out to Charlo. As good people, I'm just stating how I see it. Charlo, he needs to be in a right mindset to perform great. You know what I mean? If someone's getting under the skin, like I think Harrison is, and mind you, like I think Harrison, depending on if his injury prohibits him, I thought it was gonna be a bit worse of a boxing match the next time. But now then he got injury. I don't know. I don't know if it will be. You need your foot or your ankle to box. But the fact that he's under the skin, I think it will affect Charlo's game. Before the injury, I had Harrison winning. Now I'm leaning towards Harrison still because he is in his head. But Charlo, he is a strong ass dude, man. He got that right hand. It's an equalizer. But yeah, I'm leaning towards Harrison if that's the answer that you look for.
All right, and we have Tracy who says, have you thought about taking Jaime Munguia's belt and possibly fight for Undisputed with Harrison, Charlo, or J-Rock?
Absolutely. I've definitely thought of that. I've even thrown it out there to some of my same people that I deal with in Mexico that deal with them. But they say that that's not something they're looking to do and blah, blah, blah. And I was really trying to get that because I think I've seen them lose 2 times in a row that they gave it to them. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, ma'am. That has definitely been on my radar. I do have a lawsuit with the WBO, which, kind of plays in and all that, but it doesn't mean I still wouldn't fight for the WBO.
Wait. So you have an active lawsuit?
Yeah, this is from 2013, I want to say.
And you are suing them, or they're suing you?
Oh no, I'm suing them.
For not getting an opportunity?
Let it go. Yeah, not just that. They blatantly took me out of the ranking to allow Liam Smith and whoever he fought to fight for the vacated title. Like, as soon as the title got vacated, my spot, which was right under Canelo and Cotto, who were fighting each other for the 160-pound WBC belt, I was next. I should have been number 1. Liam was number 2. They threw me out there, let Liam fight for, against, I think, John somebody, and then threw me back in at, number 7, not even number 1, as a mandatory. So, we asked them to fix it, rectify it. They said it was a mistake, and we're like, yeah, right, let's see Frank Warren's bank account and see your bank account. And, they didn't fix it, so we're going to sue them because we want to see that bank account. We do know Liam Smith fought for that WBO belt that he should be fighting me for on a card that had 9 WBO titles that Frank Warren threw. Weird.
Damn. So there's rumors. This is the last one because I don't want to keep you any longer. But there is rumors that the PBC is no longer recognizing the WBO. Is that true?
They're not.
Oh. But
It's
Andy,
true. They're not. They're like, don't even bring it up.
But Andy has the belt.
They won't say it on their card. They'll just say unified champion. They're not gonna call the WBO out or spell it out. From what I understand, I don't know what they did to him. But hopefully, Al gets behind me my lawsuit. Shoot.
Well, all right, Austin, man, thank you again, obviously, for taking out the time and talking to the Boxing Voice. We always appreciate you, man. You've always been great to us, and we want to continue to follow your career. And hope you get that big fight at 47, man. That'll be a resurgence. We were just talking about Nonito Donaire having his resurgence, and I was kind of saying like Inoue didn't look like the monster everybody made him out to be because of Donaire fought so well. So who knows?
Right. Yeah, I believe it, man. That was a great fight.
Yep.
Shout out to Nonito giving all of us elderly.
Nah, he's older than you, man. He's 37. He's 37. You 34.
That's what I was saying, man. I know. That's why I had to correct myself. I ain't old. I don't know what y'all talking about. I ain't old. I still watch cartoons and all that good stuff.
Well, Austin, man, thank you again. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Austin, no doubt, Trout. Will be interesting. Now this is this is our second time. He's really serious about the 147. So hopefully they can get him that. Because listen, who's Danny gonna fight? He came out and posted on social media. He said, look, I'm fighting in January, then a big fight in April. Right? So there is no more Granados. You can't bring back Rod Sauka. You know what I'm saying? And no one is going to buy that. So Austin Trout would be the right fit at the right time if he can make it happen.
When I seen that Danny story, I thought about Sergey Lipinets. That's the name that came to mind.
No, Lipinets is all tied up with Top Rank. He's all tied up with Top Rank. Top Rank is trying to get some opponents, and so he's fighting Kudratilo
Abdullah, Earl Spence IBF mandatory, right?
Yeah. So he's doing his thing, going that route. We still might get Mauricio Suleiman, president of the WBC, on the line. He was just wrapping up a WBC Cares hospital visit in Las Vegas. Since he's in Las Vegas for the Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz fight, instead of just being there walking around through the MGM hallways, he's actually at the hospital paying homage and doing a WBC Cares visit there. Hopefully we could get him on the line.
Yeah, I just watched the
because. Oh yeah, did you?
Yeah, with Radio Raheem. So I need some.
Tell
some
us. What do you say?
I got the little points written down. So let me get to the notes on the fight.
Okay.
Wow. Hold on, give me 1 second.
So I'm gonna go with Callum Smith. All right, we're going Fox Sports 1 pay-per-view. I got Deontay Wilder by knockout. Leo Santa Cruz. I'm gonna pick him by knockout since two dudes that I don't consider to have power, Chris Avalos and Dwight Gwynn, knocked out. Miguel Flores, I think this is set up for Leo Santa Cruz to get a knockout. Brandon Figueroa by knockout. Louis Nery by knockout. Barthelemy decision. Vito Mielnicki knockout. Never heard of Omar Juarez or Viktor Slavinskyi. Or Arnold Alejandro, Jose Manuel Gomez, Shon Mondragon, never heard of him. Marcellus Wilder, picking him 6-round decision. We got the zone. I'm going Callum Smith, knockout. Greg Glover. Yo, which one is the Dillian White fighter? Glover or what is it? Billings Smith?
I think it's Billy Smith.
All right, so I'm going for Billing Smith by decision. Fowler, knockout. Temelson, just the win. Never heard of Faro, Whitaker, Malloy.
You said Forrest Whitaker? What you say?
None of them dudes.
Oh, shit.
I'm not sure if this is Robles' son anymore. I looked at that picture. He looked a little darker than Robles.
Yeah,
he looked a little more Taino Indian, you know. But so I'm not even picking that. Sparrow, I'm picking for the win. Rashidi.
He ain't fighting. Remember, he ain't fighting.
Why?
Sparrow got hospitalized.
What?
Favorite? Yeah, story on Boxing Channel.
Dan, they done with him. Come
Let
on.
me get it right quick.
They done. They're going to be done. We can't keep putting you on cards. First a warrant, now you sick. I hope they give him another shot. I was just telling everybody how happy I was that they gave him this shot after the warrant.
For the second time in 3 months, Avery Sparrow attempted to soar has been miserably fell to the ground. The 25-year-old lightweight been pulled from the schedule undercard appearance on Saturday because of dehydration.
Oh, my goodness.
Medical scratch after being hospitalized due to dehydration.
What weight was he trying to fight at? Remember, he fought Lundy at 35, man.
Yeah, so I'm thinking lightweight is 135.
Yeah, no, but he moved up to fight that fight. So maybe he was trying to move back down and get another fight. He moved up, man. That's why I was following him, man. He did the unthinkable at like 8 fights or some shit like that, 10 fights. Damn, man. The kid never, by the time he get a shot, the inactivity going to ruin him. Man, I feel attached to Eddie Gomez, but he got knocked out by Ellis. Ellis has that mental win. You know, he's got that edge going in. I'm a root for Gomez. I don't got to get every pick right. I'm gonna go with my heart with Gomez. But I said what I said. Victor Morales Jr., somebody we interviewed on Podcast Row for Kovalev Canelo. I'm gonna go with him as well. And Cool Clay, I'm going to go with him because anytime he fights a nondescript dude is when he gets the win. Evan Holyfield will get the win. And
Kermit Cintron fights Jose Albano.
Never heard of him, but Danny Gonzalez will get the win. This is the same Danny Gonzalez that lost to Algieri. He should get the win. This is Huntington, New York. That's a star boxing card. In a star boxing location with a star boxing A side, so he should be all right.
And big ups to Raquel Miller going for the vacant WBA interim.
On UFC Fight Pass, ladies and gents, so you got to have UFC Fight Pass to watch this.
But I'm glad she's going for a title, you know what I'm saying? About time for her name to get in the mix.
Yeah, the interim, hopefully the WBA isn't as wretched as they are with the men boxing rankings, and they'll actually mandate her to fight Alicia Napoleon, who's the super champ.
Yeah, it's kind of hard for women to like swerve each other because there's just not very many of them. So the big fights for them are fighting each other. But notes right quick: Richardson, Hitchens, and Tank Davis will be sparring tomorrow. And Richardson Hitchens said he'll be putting.
He gonna post it live. I know. I need to set a reminder for that.
Me too. I'm like, all right, we gonna see. Cause I sit there and watch 12 rounds of that shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. But Devin Haney clashed back at Loma, said, you didn't give me the belt. I wanted to fight you, you know what I'm saying, in retaliation to what Loma said yesterday, that they didn't ask to be the franchise champion. Nobody from his camp did, which I think Mauricio Suleiman said that Top Rank or Aegis Clemens are the ones that asked for it, something like that. I don't know. I can't quote him. Deontay Wilder feels like he doesn't get the same support Mayweather got as the next black superstar. I kind of feel him on that, man. But I think Mayweather had that HBO 24/7 so much behind him that he created his. But
did you get that right? Because I thought it was him saying Mayweather ain't give him no support. Did you? I read that article. I don't know if that's another article you got, but it was an article where like something Deontay Wilder says Mayweather never gave him support. And then in the quotes, it's like, he never passed the torch. He never supported me. So maybe you interpreting that wrong.
Yeah, I did it. I did definitely interpret
This
that wrong.
is not about being supported by America. He talking directly to Mayweather and everyone though, because he's clear on that. He ain't naming names. He just saying like, respect to all them dudes. They did what they did. But long story short, he's like, I don't need nobody to pass me the torch, cause I'm special. What I do, nobody does. So I don't need them to pass me the torch. It would have been cool, but I don't need nobody. I'm gonna take the torch. So, but it's cool to read the article. They were very long quotes. I think the author went out his way to say something about how long the quote was.
No, shit long as hell. I'm still reading.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, the motherfucker. I'm telling you, I'm like, wait, did he just say that? But it felt like, and again, I'm paraphrasing here. I read so much every day that it is what it is.
But, at the same time, he wasn't really never like a Mayweather fighter, and whenever I ever seen Mayweather go out his way to support somebody that he wasn't like financially invested in.
Well, it's like the author said, both fighters are Al Heyman fighters, when Floyd was coming up, he was very vocal. Me and Al, we tight. Me and Al, that's like my dad. That's like me and Al, man. So, you would just figure that, he would do what's in the best interest of Al Heyman. But ever since he became promoter, he's been really pro Mayweather.
Absolutely. Mayweather and Mayweather Promotions, the future, the present of sports and entertainment, right? Mm-hmm. Did I get it right? Did I finish the quote right? Jose
We
Ramirez,
build champions.
Yeah, we build. No. We build pay-per-view superstars. Tank Davis is the next pay-per-view superstar. 126 to 140. Anybody want big money? Come fight Tank.
Except you can't offer him an offer. You gotta
Why
wait. Because you gotta wait for him to send you an offer because he's the A side.
Oh, so B side don't send A side offers.
I mean, you can, but franchise fighters don't fight off the network.
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Jose Ramirez versus
franchise fighters, not to be confused with franchise champions.
Yeah. Franchise fighters mean that they're flagship fighter, and we know that Showtime and Tank Davis and Mayweather Promotions is
like
Tank
a contract
Davis.
deal.
Yeah, I wonder would Tank ever get that Fox exposure?
I mean, if Fox is gonna offer Mayweather TV dates, or if they really want Tank, they gonna tell Al, and then Al got to do what he got to do.
We'll see. Jose Ramirez versus Victor Postal finalized February 1st, like they said, in China.
Yo, that's crazy. I had Bob Arum on yesterday, and he was telling me that this location is considered the Chinese Hawaii. You know that shit. I was like a dog right there. My ears were like, You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, wait, I need a new beach. Yeah, I need a new place to go, but it's 19 hours.
I was going to say, bro, that's a long way to go for a beach, my nigga. There's plenty of beaches like closer than that, I know, right?
Bruh, 19 hours, bro.
Well, what's the exchange rate like? I know you already looked it up.
Oh, I didn't.
Wow, you didn't? Wow.
I didn't. That ain't even crossed my mind. Wait, is our dollar more valued over there?
I would think so. I mean, I've been hearing like motherfuckers getting 20 trillion yen and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's like it equates to like $9 million or something like that. So I think our money is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it equates to $9 million.
I used to have a currency app. Oh, I still got it.
Yeah, but yeah, man, Chinese money to American money. I think we up though. I think we should be up.
That would be interesting if we up. Then that shit changes everything again. That gets me to thinking for real. No, I mean, listen, it's always good when you up, bruh. I'm telling you, y'all don't understand. That's why I go, oh, yeah. They got it right here. Chinese yen. Let me see. So, what we going to do? $1 convert? No, that's wrong, right? How we do this? Let me see.
While you getting that right there, Sergey Lipinets versus Kadrilo Abdukurov. Fighting discussions for February 22nd. Sergey Kuzma injured. Pulls out of your guy, and we talking about Chinese.
I know. Fucking Kuzma, bruh.
Yeah, man.
They looking for an opponent, though. They still want him to fight. And you know what Bob told me?
Mm-hmm.
Bob told me that they want him to win because they want to put him in fucking China in baby Hawaii.
Oh, okay. Against Pulev or somebody?
I don't know against who, but they need him to win. They want him on that card. Because the whole undercard Chinese. It's just Ramirez and Postal. Everything else is Chinese.
You get everybody there for the Chinese, you know what I'm saying, fighters, and you put on a guy like Ramirez who's going to give you our action against Postal, who's probably damaged goods now, lost to Josh Taylor, you know what I'm saying? So this be a good barometer for Jose Ramirez. Danny Garcia to return January 25th. Carlos Adames versus Patrick Teixeira for WBO Eliminator on Top Rank, 11:30. It may turn around and be for the WBO title shit. You know what I'm saying? Jaime Munguia will be fighting Spike O'Sullivan at 160 on January 11th. But he vacates the 154 title, so he's no longer the 154-pound champion. So, man, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the Jaime Munguia belt. Ryan Martin gets banned until 2022.
Bruh, UCAD is disrespectful. They'll ban an American. This the second American that I'm banned for 3 years, but Dillian White gets a 1-year secret hearing.
Yeah. So he's banned from UCAD. Yeah, him and Eric Malin done suffer the same fate. Frank Sanchez, the Cuban heavyweight, to train with Eddie and Chepe Reynoso.
What?
Yeah.
Yo, Canelo about to get out the game.
Yeah, so he about to retire, huh?
Bruh, they got Valdez. Yo, they stealing. Imagine how many motherfuckers gonna want to get under that Canelo banner. Yo, DAZN gonna kick Oscar out. Who? Yo, listen. Let me tell you something, Mike. For everybody that thought DAZN was stupid, they don't know what they talking about. Bro, I was watching the premiere of Anthony Joshua's whatever 7-minute interview on Sky. The premiere. I got the notification. I was there at the minute it went live. It was so many hundreds of motherfuckers putting KSI in that chat that I was like, what's going on? This is Sky Sports. This ain't even DAZN. All you seen was KSI to beat him, KSI the truth, KSI won that fight, KSI beat him, KSI the truth, KSI won that. So then I start looking like, okay, this account is obviously psycho. One of them was he was just a nonstop KSI. Like he had it on repeat. It was just KSI, enter. And then other people was doing the same with but it was, they took over. They took over. Like boxing people, I seen someone literally say like, can you little kids go back to KSI's channel? Now, I say all that to say, they got some conversions. They got some conversions.
Absolutely.
They got some conversions. Them dudes ain't there to watch AJ for no reason. They there because they put AJ and KSI together.
Running them highlights and shit, too.
They did the phone call. They did the phone call for him.
Running the highlights, seeing AJ lose. You know what I'm saying? They may be a little bit more invested. So, yeah, man. Big ups to the zone doing that shit. But yeah, Jesse Hart versus Joe Smith Jr. Official for January 11th. Hard Rock Live. Diego De La Hoya, Renson Robles set for December 14th in Mexicali. Chavez Jr. temporary suspension extended by Nevada Commission. I think it's like December 18th. The fight is on December 20th. Watched the interview with Eddie Hearn, too. He said that everything is still a go. He spoke with the Arizona.
Bruh, so $100 American is 702.92 yen.
I wonder how much is that. Like, did that like convert goodly over there? Like, how much does shit cost in China? Can you get a burger or something for like 5
Damn,
yen?
we get more money if we go to Australia. Our 100 is almost $50 more. 147 in Australia. We losing almost 23 in fucking UK. We gaining 32 in Canada. That's why I told you we should do border wars in Canada. Look, 32 free dollars. In the euro, we lose about 10. The rupee, nigga, we rich.
The rupee.
We rich. We balling with 100 in the rupee, baby.
What the fuck that is?
Let me see.
Sound like no real money.
In India, let me see what Dominican Republic is. This is what I be trying to tell you, Mike. Go spend your birthday out here. Look, $100 American.
Like $1,500 probably.
$5,281 DR. We partying, dog. You know how much we drinking? We balling. We balling, dog. We throwing money like this. Yo, but be careful, because they don't got dollars. You're going to have to throw the dollars. The dollars is coins.
Oh, wow.
They even got 20, I think they got $20 in coins, man. Them shit's heavy as hell.
Why don't do paper?
Nah, they got paper too, but I'm telling you, bro, it's a third world country. They got like $5,000 bills. Shit retarded. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, bro.
But how do you get change for a $5,000 bill?
Bro, they gonna break that motherfucker for you. Listen, that's the beauty of DR. Nobody I ain't gonna say nobody won't steal from you, but it's very hard that they steal from you, even though they will steal from you, right? But you'll find, like, if you ain't had change, a little dude will come, like a little boy will be like, yo, I'll change that for you. He'll run down the street, half a mile for your ass, get the change, bring it back, just waiting for you to give him a little tip. You know what I'm saying? Nah, listen, you get shit done over there. You get shit, look, like I said, $100, 5,000, motherfucker. Shit.
Yeah,
change a motherfucking life in a heartbeat with $200.
Ridiculous.
10 stacks. I go over there, what? 10 stacks. What you gonna do? Yo, they gonna be like, well, wait a minute. Let's hear him out. Nah, I'm telling you.
Don't come back. Like, I'm over here. Why would I come back?
I'm telling you, we got to do TBV reunion in DR. I'm telling you.
How much the motherfucking Philippines
no, Philippines is crazy. But the problem is you can't smoke over there.
Where Dante Boxing Nation go? He can go to
Thailand. He in Thailand. He can't smoke over there either, man.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Fuck around. They're buried over there. But I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, man. Shit, that's it for the news and notes, though. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Well, let's get out to these phone calls. Open it up. Let's get your picks, ladies and gents. We want to see who's picking who. What sort of a shot are people giving Luis Ortiz, man?
I think it'd be a clean sweep. I don't say clean sweep because a couple guys did call in for Ortiz previously.
Well, let's open it up.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Boomerang CYP, talk to me.
Yo. Y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm going with clean knockouts, all the A-sides. Now, I'm going to tell you, man, when it comes to Ortiz and Wilder, the first fight, Wilder had no idea what Ortiz was about. He studied the man. He didn't go out like he usually does because he needs to know what he's getting into because he respected him, as well did everybody in his skill level. He's fighting him again. Now he knows he could run through that man. He's going in there with way more confidence. He's going to treat it like an average fight for him, but he's taking it serious as he always does all the fights. And I want y'all haters out there who keep on wishing downfall on the man and counting money. Remember, you count money when you can't count wins. But remember this. If any other fighter was fighting a Luis Ortiz ranked fighter, it would not be on pay-per-view. Remember that when you hate. I'm out.
That is true. I mean, not any other fighter, but any other average fighter. Because, like, I think Fury, I don't know. Maybe Fury can. But Only Fury can because he said all his fights got to be in the U.S., but AJ could do it over there.
Yeah, he can definitely do it over there, but I'm talking about a U.S. pay-per-view. I don't know if
Yeah, and I'm sure CYP was talking about U.S. pay-per-view anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Wilder is the. I don't know. Maybe I know Bob should roll the dice. We've seen it before with Amir Khan
and Crawford. He rolled the dice with Crawford.
Yeah, no. Khan and what's the other guy's name? Poster.
We got Boomerang, Mr. PBC.
What up, Mr. PBC?
Yo, what's good? I'm gonna have to say this, man, because I remember hearing this. Man. I remember hearing this all the time. I think his name is CYP. He was like charging a price for you to fight him. Hey, that's some gangster shit, bro. Like, y'all niggas fighting for free. This nigga said, "You want to fight me? Come up with this price." And it's the most gangster shit. Nigga had to come down in the price, so that shows you ain't got money. First off, and you talking smack. That's what that dude, the other dude, used to do back in the day. But back to the fight. I already ordered the fight on Fox. I'm ready, man. It's about to be a big ass day. I'm about to get my hair cut in the morning. It's about to be a serious day, man. We're gonna see what Luis Ortiz got. And I heard in the beginning of the show, Luis Ortiz might just outwork himself in the training camp, and I do kind of believe that. The dude looked a little fatigued in the face, but I don't know. Maybe that's that Cuban face. I don't know. And that's really my call. And then I say Deontay Wilder gets him on third round. That's it.
Mr. PBC, we going out to JP in Cali. Talk to me.
What up, JP?
Mike, you still want Mauricio? He just hit me back. I ain't even really. My energy gone already. It's almost 10, man.
Yeah, no, right. It's something instant. Shit, we can go. Don't matter.
Yo.
What up?
No, long time. But always supporting and listening. I'm gonna be so. Ness, let me ask you a question because you've been around this dude, and be honest, man. I know that's your boy. Is he sipping the Kool-Aid?
Who?
Wilder.
What
because
Kool-Aid?
I think his own Kool-Aid.
Hell yeah.
See, now that's my worry, man. And I'm not the only one with this this assumption. It seems like more than ever before. Wilder's always been confident, but it's a difference in confidence in sipping the Kool-Aid, per se. So I feel like, and we all know Wilder has always been an extremely flawed fighter, extremely flawed. And I don't know, I'm not sure if he's ever won a fight without a knockout, but we've seen Wilder knock a man down twice and still get a draw in a fight that most people thought he lost. In the first Ortiz fight, I don't think it was from Wilder's concussive punching that put Ortiz out. It was a mixture to me of fatigue and, kind of getting hit. That's why you see Ortiz coming out way more trim. Looks like he's going to be able to go more rounds. Man, that said, I'm one of them dudes. I got Ortiz by stoppage in 6. Not because Wilder's not my guy. He is my guy. But I just feel like if he's taking this lightly, he can be caught. We know he's flawed. He doesn't win boxing matches on points. He has to get the knockout. That's a lot to ask every single time out, so I got Ortiz. In 6, man. I think Ortiz is going to be able to outwork him. He was able to get a sample of Wilder, like the dude said earlier, CYP. Wilder knows what to do. I feel like Ortiz knows what to do. Ortiz has a few more wrenches to grab in the toolbox, and if you cannot get knocked out, you can probably beat Deontay.
Tell that to Bermain Stavern that went 12 and got,
He got, yeah, that's true. But that's true. But I just think Ortiz, and I don't know if we go back and look at that fight, those 7 rounds, I think Ortiz might have took the majority of the rounds until the knockout. And Wilder probably didn't take a round against Fury. So, you know.
Well, I won't deny that when I went back and watched the fight, I heard the commentators at one point had Ortiz up, and then at the time of the stoppage, they had Wilder up 84-85. So, yeah.
I believe it was Steve Farhood that had the scorecard, and he had Ortiz up at the time.
And someone reported that Press Row had Luis Ortiz up.
Yeah.
So he's not wrong. Wilder was down or, losing. We're going out to Mike in Michigan.
What's going on, Mike?
Guess how much back they give me. Yo,
Mike, what up?
It's on me. Oh yeah, I got Wilder with the 9th round KO. Last fight I caught it right on the round. But then I've been watching the show all week. It's been good as hell, and that's my call. But I got the 9th round knockout.
Well, Mike, man, thanks for the kind words, and thank you for continuing to watch, listen, and support. We're going out to Aaron in California. Talk to me.
What up,
Aaron, hold that thought. I'm sorry. We got a mastermind on the line. N.O., talk to me.
How my audio sound, you hear me?
N.O.
I think you're on mute. You know what I'm saying? You did. I don't think he listening right now.
He just listening. We're going back out to Aaron and Cali. Talk to me.
What's up, fellas? How you guys doing tonight?
All good. How are you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Good. You guys in Vegas or no?
No, sir.
Oh, okay. No? All right. You think what's going to be the difference? Obviously, they both learned from the first fight. Ortiz is going to be in tremendous shape. I don't buy the age thing. We're in a time and age where genetics and diet, all that stuff, training plays a difference. Wilder's going to come in heavy. His punches are going to be heavier. So it's going to be an even matchup. I actually think it's going to go the distance. I have Wilder in a decision. They won't take it from him in a decision. I think Wilder's going to be busier with the jab. Ortiz is going to press him. And I think there's going to be a couple knockdowns, but Ortiz will survive him. And I think Wilder pulls away with the unanimous decision. And it'll be an exciting fight, but I don't think it's going to be a knockout. I think it's going to be a decision. And that's my call.
All right, big dog. But decision, I mean, I could see it, you know what I'm saying, possibly going to the decision because it did take him to the 10th round, you know what I'm saying, to get him out of there. If Ortiz is in better shape, he may be more cautious and maybe stick behind that jab a little bit more. So this decision is kind of possible.
Yeah, I decided to bump it, man. Let's just get him on.
Right, let's do it.
I'm going to go to Matabula.
Matabula, what's going on?
Yo, what's going on, man? You all right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I'm saying I think
Suleiman, how are you?
Go ahead, Matabula. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I don't think Wilder will really knock him out. I think it might go to distance.
Why you don't think Wilder would knock him out since he knocked him out in the first fight and had him hurt in round number 5?
I just don't see the confidence.
Matabula, hold that thought. We are live with the WBC president, Mauricio Suleiman. Mauricio, thank you once again, first and foremost, for taking out the time to come on the Boxing Voice and talk to the people. How are you, and how was your flight to Vegas?
Fine. I'm doing great. I'm a little tired. I'm coming back from China. We had a 3-day trip with great events that we did in China, and right back to Las Vegas for one of the best fights in the heavyweight division. I'm very excited about this one.
Wow, from China to Vegas. That's some brutal travel. I was just talking to Bob yesterday. We had him on the show, and he was telling me how that's a 13-hour flight to the West. I'm telling him it's 19 for us. So, yeah, I can see. I'm going to introduce you to my co-host, which you already know, Michael Gross.
How's it going, Mr. Suleiman? I'm going to go ahead
Hello,
and
Michael.
I ain't going to waste your time tonight. I know you're probably pretty tired. Go ahead and get right to the point. To the questions. First question that I have, I was watching an interview with you earlier with Radio Raheem, and you said the franchise title is reserved for generational or like decade defining fighters. What makes Vasil Lomachenko, because I understand the position of Canelo, totally get that, but what makes Vasily Lomachenko that generational fighter that you believe that he is?
Well, Lomachenko is a two-time Olympic champion. He conquered the Olympic gold medal in 2 different Olympic Games. He is a champion who has conquered titles in 3 different weight categories and is regarded by most boxing experts and most boxing fans as one of the best fighters of today. And that has been the case for the past 2-3 years. So it's a fact that many people believe that he's one of the best, if not the best, and that's one of the considerations.
Okay. Next question is, you said that Devin Haney is probably too young and too green to possibly challenge, well, you didn't use those exact words, I'm just paraphrasing, to challenge Vasily Lomachenko. It may hinder him or something like that. But people would say that Canelo was the same way going into a fight with Floyd Mayweather. And people would say after that fight, Canelo has looking incredible, and the trajectory of his career has gone nothing but up. So my question is, if a fighter is denied that opportunity for their chance at becoming great or learning from that experience, how do they get that satisfaction of being a legitimate champion?
Well, it's a very clear situation. Haney is a young fighter who conquered the title at 20. He's got the future ahead, and he is the WBC champion. Haney, of course, wishes to fight the best fights he can have at this time, and that's absolutely the way a champion should be. What you mentioned about Canelo, when he was obsessed in fighting Mayweather, when he went into the ring, it was clear, and everyone saw what happened. Had that fight been matured for 2 or 3 more years, where Canelo got more experience and Mayweather got more mileage on him, maybe a very different scenario and result would have happened. Haney is not being denied on anything. Haney is the world champion, and he's got so many opportunities ahead. And Vasily Lomachenko is a fighter who is and will be a great threat to any fighter at any time. So there's a confusion here. Nobody's denying anyone from anything. Simply, the fight has to happen when it's the best time for everyone to take place.
So, Mauricio, but there is the possibility that Vasil only fights the winner of Richard Comey and Teofimo Lopez in April and then moves back down, like his promoter is suggesting that he'll move back down to 30. So then, Haney won't get that opportunity. Same thing with Canelo. He's franchise champion at 160.
Haney might not even ever fight in 130 anymore. He has a very big problem with weight. We are speculating so much into one example.
this is the franchise designation. It's a matter for the movement of the boxing industry forward. It's not a matter to be discussed on David Haney. Haney is a fighter. He's a 21-year-old champion who has tremendous future ahead, and he might never ever fight in lightweight because he's having weight problems. So I am a little bit confused on why everything is surrounding Haney and Lomachenko. The designation has great purposes, which is bring the best fights to the fans and not concentrate in only the fights that can be blocked by things that generate the impossibility of making them, like different networks, like different organizations, like different promoters. The franchise cycle has as an objective to have the possibility of giving the best fight, and there are so many great fights that Lomachenko can take, and there are so many great fights that Haney can take as well. So I don't see why we're stuck on David Haney and Lomachenko with this matter, but I respect it, and I am here to try to respond, but I just don't see how to get out, because Haney, you say that Lomachenko might come down. Well, Haney's moving up anyway.
But he will stick around. If he was told he can get the fight, he would stick around. That's what his father is saying, that there is no reason to stick around at 135 if he can't get the fight. If he's going to fight Javier Fortuna and Luke Campbell, why stick around? But if I'm going to make the weight to fight the true champion and be great, yes, I'll make the weight, is what they're saying. But you have to see how it's creating a problem, because the Haney situation is only the new situation. So it's not like, like Haney is important, because Jamal Charlo is equally important. Now Canelo moved up to 75. He may not come back to 160. So the franchise champion status allowed Canelo to make a super fight with Kovalev that we never expected. And yes, it was a fantastic fight. But now it took away the opportunity for Jermell Charlo to have true validity to 160-pound champion status.
Charlo is the WBC champion, and he's very happy and proud to be the WBC champion. And he's going to get the great fights that he deserves. That's all I can tell you.
Okay, Mr. Suleiman, I kind of want to change gears real quick and talk about Dillian Whyte. Now, I seen an interview today with Eddie Hearn that says it is very likely that Dillian Whyte will fight on the Saudi Arabia card. What is the WBC stance on that, seeing that you guys have him under suspension right now for the UK, until the UK investigation is over with?
No, Dillian Whyte is not suspended in any way or in any jurisdiction. He can fight. He's free to fight anywhere. The WBC suspended his recognition as interim champion and as mandatory contender until the legality process from UCAD is finished. So Dillian Whyte is free to fight, and once the process is finished, then we will assess if whatever the result from that process, that's when the WBC will have the confirmation on his status regarding being mandatory and being interim champion.
So no matter lose or win, his status won't be affected until the suspension is over with. I mean, the investigation is over with.
I'm sorry, I could not understand very well your question.
I'm saying win or lose, Dillian Whyte status with the WBC won't be affected because it is not under investigation, but it's suspended until UCAD investigation is over with.
No, if he loses a fight, of course that has to do with his status. But there's many ways where you can lose a fight. You can have a cut or whatever. But usually when a fighter has a status and then he loses a fight, it modifies any ruling.
So, Mauricio, obviously, thankful to you for allowing me to attend the WBC convention. I got to learn a lot of how things work and got a bit of clarity. So I wanted to ask, because I seen that Gilberto was there and Daryl Peoples was there and even Paco was there. So do you guys have like universal meetings where at least the presidents sit down to discuss the state of boxing?
We did a few years ago, had a couple of meetings, and then eventually they stopped from happening. But I believe that what happened in Cancun is a great sign of unity from the organizations, and I think it's a good sign for everybody to understand that working together works, and that everybody should try to understand the importance of agreements and reciprocity. Promoters, networks, managers, organizations, everybody should work together and try to make the best out of the sport.
Now, the reason I ask is because obviously seeing Gilberto there, I want to assume you guys have a amicable relationship where you can talk about things. Because don't you feel or see the overwhelming amount of belts being produced from the WBA? And don't you feel that it is watering down the sport or confusing the fight fan from who is truly a champion? Because I don't know if you know, because obviously you're busy with the WBC business, but the WBA has a super WBA, then they have a regular WBA, they have an interim WBA, they have a gold WBA, and I'm probably missing one.
Champion in recess also.
There you go, champion in recess. So, I mean, what is it that you tell Gilberto when you sit down with him?
Every organization has their own rules and regulations and their own administration. Each one is autonomous, and each one runs their own agenda. So this is a matter of concern that has been mentioned in many ways. What we see with multiple champions in one division, it disrupts the activity and the continuity. There's the amount of challengers and the quality of challengers for the cycle of other organizations, of course, is disrupted when a good prospect, when a challenger moves on and fights for an organization, then he's not available to fight for the championship. So that's a situation, but it can only be dealt by the WBA. Nobody else can respond or be accountable for that.
What is your relationship with the IBO?
With the IBO?
Yes, the other green belt.
Oh. No, it's not a green belt. There's only one green belt, the WBC. The IBO is a for-profit. The IBO is a company, not an organization. They are for-profit. The money that they make from sanctioning goes to the pockets of the owners. So I believe Ed Levine, who is the president, is a very nice person. I like him very much as a person, and we have had discussions in the past. I invited him to change the status of the IBO and become a non-for-profit, to become a organization of service. But obviously, they have the company, so they run their business. So that's what I can say. He's a very nice person, but it cannot be considered a boxing organization because it's a company who sells belts.
Wow. All right. So, they say I'm too optimistic, that I'm a dreamer, but if we are trying to enforce for promoters to work with each other because we agree that if promoters work with one another, it's better for the sport, correct?
Correct.
So, in that same sentence, if sanctioning bodies work together, it's better for the sport, correct?
Absolutely.
So, excluding the IBO, obviously, because you explained your stance on that, do you ever see a world where the remaining sanctioning bodies that you did invite to the convention are all working together under one belt, so that there isn't this he can't be undisputed because the WBO needs to do their mandatory and they want to do their mandatory because they run a set of rules, etc. So obviously, this may come out of left field for you, and I don't know. I don't want you to take offense to this because the green belt may be something super dear to your heart. But the way that the WBC is set up, you have your father's face on the left side, Muhammad Ali's face, then the current champion that wins it, right? Like, could there ever be a world where the WBC, the plaque is in the middle, it stays in the middle, but then like you have the WBO on where Ali's face is at, and the IBF, and you guys all work together? Is that too much of a dream?
Well, it is a nice dream. It is a thing that could be of great interest to the world. I did propose 5 years ago to have a tournament of champions where the two fight each other, then the other two fight each other, the two winners fight each other, and then you have one champion, and that champion being administered by the four organizations. That's a proposal that is on the table. It is not easy because every organization has, as I mentioned, their own agenda, and if we accomplish this, then next day another IBO, IBU, WBU, WBF, whatever will be also. There's so many others established. But I believe that a tournament of champions would be of great interest. But then how to administer that winner, the ultimate winner, is the key. Who can he fight? Who can he defend? But it's a matter that could happen. It's just a matter of understanding who can get and administer and propose and get it to happen.
All right. So I had the president of the IBO on, and we were talking, and he just couldn't tell me what the company does for boxing, the way that the WBC has, VADA protocol for the top 15, or the weight check-ins. What are some of these other sanctioning bodies doing that for the betterment of the sport?
I can only comment on what we do. What the WBC does is a year-round program with so many different members of the organization from all over the world. We dedicate countless time, countless hours of work, and we have many different programs and many different committees. As an example, what we did this morning here in Las Vegas, we had a very nice tribute to armed forces here in Las Vegas at the press conference. From there, we went to visit 2 children's hospitals with Shon Porter, Jesse Vargas, Devon Haney, and the WBC Cares Committee. So we go and we touch lives, we change lives, we inspire, we get inspiration. And that's just a single day. And this happens everywhere in the world with so many people. We have medical research. We spend a lot of money in the anti-doping program. We have the weight management program. We have ring officials training, ring officials evaluation. We have the medical committee, and there's so many different programs that we are investigating. So we have the PR, the public relations. We have the art committee. So we're everywhere. We are just working relentlessly for boxing and for the fighters before, during, and after the championship years. So it is hard for me to comment on other organizations because I don't know what they do and I don't know what their agenda is, but we respect them. That's what I can tell you.
No problem, no problem. How far do you think we are from the WBC employing 365-day testing with VADA, being as though so many fighters are either cycling off, not answering the door when VADA comes? So many things are happening, and it just seems like staying on top of the fighter 365 days would be the answer. Do you have a time frame where that could be a possibility?
I believe there's much needed education to everyone regarding doping, regarding PEDs and processes. To have 365 testing on over 500 ranked fighters is virtually impossible because of the costs that would create. What we do, we have a random testing in which every month fighters are tested around the world, and instead of focusing on the very few missed tests, I focus on the so many tests that we have done in these 3 years of the clean boxing program. I'm very happy, very proud. We are getting funds. By the way, any money coming from franchise champion fights, it is being directed to the clean boxing program, to VADA to do more testing. It is directed to the Safe Boxing Task Force, which is UCLA research on several different programs that we have, and it's directed to the WBC Cares and the social responsibility programs. So what we try to do with the funds that are available is to make up the best. Testing is very expensive. We're trying to have more jurisdiction perform more tests, which can be a solution for this.
And can you give me your thoughts on Vasyl Lomachenko and his thoughts when he came out today saying that he nor his team didn't ask to be franchise champion or for franchise status?
Well, I do not speak Ukrainian, but what I have seen and understand is that he had some declaration. What I would do is direct you to talk to his management and his promoter, because the WBC received the petition from them. So Lomachenko was present in the room, and he was very proud and very happy, and he signed a document where he's made franchise champion. So I'm a little bit confused. I'm guessing he did not understand, or he's got mixed communication, lost in translation. But to make it clear, the WBC does not ask fighters to become franchise. The fighters are the ones who make the petition. The WBC evaluates and then votes on that. So just to make it clear, Top Rank Lomachenko did request the designation as franchise champion.
Did Canelo request that designation too?
Canelo and Golden Boy petition as well, yes.
Well, there you go. So, so do you think that it was explained to Vasyl Lomachenko that the franchise status would result in Haney being elevated? Because per the translation, he's like, who's Devin Haney? How'd he win this title? Because, I didn't vacate. So it's like, was that explained to him? I think that he's feeling the heat from the social media obviously is powerful, and people, that's the thing, Mauricio. You do understand that the fans translate the franchise title as like a way to avoid the fight.
Yes, I understand that some fans and some media, and of course everyone is entitled to their opinion, but we have many different opinions from every circumstance that happens. The franchise matter is being thoroughly discussed because it's important. Otherwise, nobody would talk about it. It will take time. In the meantime, I will take all the heat, all the blame. But what I'm telling you is that this is not a popularity contest. It is a absolute way of being visionary. We are adapting to the current times, and we're making changes. And I'm sure that when time happens, people will appreciate the opportunities that the franchise designation will create for better fights and for the great fighters to be fighting the best fight.
It was revealed today that you received some sort of correspondence from Earl Spence's team and a medical report in Canada letting you know that he was clear and okay to defend his title in the near future, hence not needing to strip him or to have an interim champion. Now, that was then on October 24th through the 26th. Have you received any further update? And do you still expect Earl to be able to defend the WBC first quarter?
Yes, what we have as knowledge is that Earl Spence did not suffer any injury. It is a miracle that he is alive, and it's a miracle that he had no major injury from that horrible accident. But I have not. We are in the process of assessing exactly when he's going to fight Danny Garcia, who is mandatory of the division.
Now, Danny stated that he's fighting in January. Will he fight for an interim title, which Bill Haney explained to me is exactly the same as the WBC title?
I'm sorry. I don't know. We're waiting to receive from the champion Earl Spence the date on when he's going to return and fight the mandatory. So I have not heard about Danny Garcia, what you just said. I don't know where that's coming from, but what I can say is that the WBC is waiting for Spence to confirm the date of the mandatory.
Well, all right. I think those are all my questions. Don't want to hold you any longer. I know you've had a long day with traveling and being on the West Coast now, different time zone. As always, want to thank you for your time. Thank you again for allowing the Boxing Voice to be at the convention and learn so much. It was definitely educational, from the pocket reminders for the referees, to the guidelines, to petitioning for your fighter to move up in the rankings. Very educational. I recommend that a lot of people go to that. It really opened my eyes. I actually had a discussion with Ed Levine today about that on the show, and it felt like it was something that he didn't like. He said, well, guys are allowed to lobby for their fighter, but I think that's the beauty of it. Because, Samson Lewickovic was able to lobby for, I can't pronounce that guy's name. Help me out, Mike.
Sumrin
Visai, and then boom, this guy comes out of nowhere and becomes a champion, changes his life. So I do like that the promoter and the fighter can petition to the WBC throughout the convention to have something be done on their behalf. It's pretty cool.
Yes, it's an open floor, and everyone can represent their case and their fighters. So it's a way of getting things moving, because everyone has the opportunity to explain what they want, what they have with their fighters.
Now, how definite is the next convention in Russia, or was that just Russia petitioning?
No, it's confirmed. Russia will be the next convention.
You said
man.
You said it's unsure.
It's sure. I think you say it's sure, right?
I think we lost him.
Phone probably died.
Vegas, man. Definitely.
Vegas, like, bro, you forget your damn charger and all kind of shit.
Yeah, damn, we lost him. So did he? I heard unsure. Is unsure? I don't know. You could be right. I hope he doesn't call back.
Yeah, man, Russia though, that'll be a experience though, man. That's something that really, you know what I'm saying, would be pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? You said Cancun was excellent, and you did come back like a kid, you know what I'm saying, that went to like a science fair and shit, and like I learned this about the WBC, I learned that about the WBC, learned about the referee, and I learned about the petitioning. So yeah, man, I thought it was pretty cool, and going to Russia, just making the brand bigger is pretty cool too. So I like some things that the WBC is doing. You know what I'm saying? I think the franchise got everybody in an uproar, but like you said, you know what I'm saying, everything new, people going to want to criticize, and he's here to take heat for it. So I thank him for coming on and answering these questions.
I like the way that he said that. Like, I'm going to take the heat. I'm going to answer the questions. He ain't running, man. He ain't ducking, he ain't dodging. I like it.
Yeah, and getting everybody interviews about the franchise, though. So it's not like he's ducking and dodging interview or telling people, don't ask me that. I've covered it over and over. I'm not going to answer that question again. No, he's coming on, answering these questions, and hey, I can't do nothing but thank him and respect it. But we can disagree on the franchise bill for now.
Yeah, man, but overall, great interview, man. So I want to thank everybody. We're going out to N.O. Talk to me.
Go back to Mdala too at the N.O.
Yeah, nah, he hung up, but I'm trying to add him. Go ahead, N.O.
What up, N.O.?
Yeah, man, look, bro. That was a real, like, good interview, bro, that we really didn't get no information. Like that's one of the few interviews that like you can really take in and not really get nothing out, but still feel like it was a good interview because y'all asked some damn good questions. You heard me? And Mike, I'm checking you out, Mike. I'm checking your style out. Like you wait to the end and you come with a little fucking jab to the stomach, like that Mayweather jab. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't committing the whole body. You just putting that little stiff Mayweather Andre Ward jab to the stomach. You did. You know what I'm saying? But that was a whole bunch of bullshit. You hear me? Like, dude sound like Leonard Ellaby, like, dog. That was a Leonard Ellaby interview. Like, that dude must be hanging with that dude or something, bro. Cause a whole lot of questions we asking, we can't get no straight answer. Like he was about to tell you, look, man, this my business, man. This I'm saying that shit about to go straight Leonard on you. You ain't hear that shit?
Man, I don't know. I think you need to press rewind. I think we got a lot of answers. Like I'm ready to get.
Like what? What you got to answer? Why the Lomachenko fight ain't happened? What happened with that?
He told us because Lomachenko and his team petitioned to be franchise champion, and Lomachenko.
So they ducked the fight.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes. He said they was in the room. He said Lomachenko was in the room, and he was very happy to receive the belt, and he signed for it. So it ain't like this is just a verbal conversation. There's some sort of contract because remember, the WBC champion has to present himself. You see, Haney just had to go to the hospital too. He had to be part of. You can't just be a champ without. You can't just be a champ. When you in town, you gotta come do the shit. Come do the do. You got to come to all the WBC conventions and functions. You seen Charlo was at the hospital too. So was Harrison in Mexico.
What he gonna go to the hospital for? And they not gonna get a man to fight. He got to go to one. He got to go to 140.
He went. And let me tell you something else. Obviously, listen. Mauricio know more than you and I because he told us right now. Oh, Haney ain't making weight and he moving up.
I ain't never heard Haney say that. I heard a whole bunch of interviews. That dude said if he get that fight, he gonna make weight. Man, I saw that dude.
He said, listen, him and his father said if they get that fight, if they can't get that fight, they said clearly, Ness, it ain't no reason for us to stick around. We going up. We could challenge Giles Teller. We could challenge 140 pounds. We could fight Ramirez. We not gonna stick around here. I said, but damn. I talked to him for an hour after the show yesterday, Mike. I said, but damn, what about Tank? You got to give Tank some time. He just moved up. He said, what? We a champ. We ain't about to go back and look back at Tank. Tank want to fight for a regular belt. He didn't call it a belt. He said, he called it a junior belt. He was like, Tank want to fight for a junior belt. He don't want to fight for the real belt. Oh, man. Yo, listen. It's like he told me. He said, Ness, you tell me, how they letting a 20-year-old and his father come around here talking shit to everybody? Somebody got to shut us up. We've been calling out Robert Easter. We've been calling out Tank. He said we was calling out Lomachenko before Tank. When Floyd was saying Tank ain't ready for Lomachenko, Haney was calling him out. Now Haney calling him out. Now they talking about, oh, we going to do Tank and Vasil in 2020. That's how they feel. I'm just repeating how they feel. But let me go ahead and keep these lines moving. Matabula, come on, we owed you.
What up, Matabula?
Matabula. Going once. Matabula. We'll be back with you. We're going out to, let me see here, looks like Detroit.
Straight to the point for those with attention deficit. I'm so repetitive, so I gotta repeat. Trailers from the streets to the deep. I'm coming with that heat. All you need to know about me, I'm coming with that heat.
Yo, TBV, what's good? Y'all can hear me good?
What up, big dog?
What up?
Yo, I'm, you know me, man. I'm fresh off work. You know what I'm saying? I got that green goblin rolled up and shit on my way to my gal house and shit. And I cut it on TV.
90 seconds.
I'm late getting on this bitch. And why the fuck y'all got Mauricio motherfucking Suleiman on there? Nah, you know, that ain't no big thing to me because I'd have messed with Mauricio. You know what I'm saying? We'd have shook hands and he'd have probably caught a second-hand contact off of me and and Info Joe and Dylan's Day and some others, you know what I'm saying? So that's all good. But, you know what I'm saying, you was right back on the same shit you was on with the IPO this morning. And then my nigga Mike, I ain't seen and heard from you all week long since like Sunday.
60 seconds.
First thing I do is hear you throw up that clutch. Talking about, the Canelo has to petition too. I'm like, my nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all boys don't back down, man. I know y'all ain't always speaking for y'all, and a lot of times y'all speaking for us. And sometimes we just happen to agree, so you get to push your agenda as well. But, man, I appreciate the love and the support and the constant grinding that y'all keep doing. Now, people tell me all the time, whether we on this show or we off to the side on Skype or something, damn, Stainless, you work a lot. I don't work half as hard as y'all motherfuckers do, because even when I'm at work, y'all at work. When y'all ain't on here, y'all working. So, shouts out to y'all for that, man. And I'm going to go ahead and get my pick for this weekend. Ain't Leo Santa Cruz fighting too?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
10 seconds.
Yeah, I'm going to go all A-sides on this. You know what I'm saying? Wilder, I see by knockout. I'm going to say no later than like 7. But that's all I got, man. And again, man, thanks for thanks for the interview. As N.O. said, yeah, he kind of skated around it, but he a politician, man, when it comes to this shit. You know what I'm saying? He the president. He politicking. That's what he's supposed to do. But you know what I'm saying? He still was willing to come on and give some answers and shed some light on some shit that I didn't know and hadn't even thought to ask, man. So thank y'all for that. As always, say, please make sure you push the thumbs up. Share this in every episode of the Boxing Boys podcast, because it's TBV for life. And if you ain't on Patreon, that's because you stupid. Shout out to El Camino. Peace.
Stainless, you the champ. Yeah, man. For me, I don't think he dodged anything, and I think I learned some stuff. Like I said, I can't wait to talk to Ed again. You know, he was offered. He makes it seem like they don't want to play fair with him, and he was offered to turn his company from a profit company to a non-profit and be down, get up under the blanket. And look, yo, listen, he put out a lot. Now, he said that 5 years ago he petitioned for them to work together on a tournament. I mean, listen, and again, someone send me some links, help me out, if you really love the show, help us out. Send us some links. What are these other sanctioning bodies doing, man? I just want to learn some of the good that they're doing. I'm really trying to go to the IBF
right?
one, huh?
Yeah, so the IBF one should come, right? So
yeah. I mean, it's in Cali. Might as well. I'm sure. I'm sure I could get a cheap flight if I get it early enough. It's Cali, so that means the bud is legit. You know what I mean? I get to see my man Info Joe. Get to see my man JP.
No bud. Info got you. He gonna throw you shit about a goddamn whole heap of weed when you get down there.
Oh shit! Let me. Hey, don't hang up. Nobody hang up, cause you don't know who I'm going to, and I don't want to ruin it, cause I want to play the intro.
No one can stop me, really. Oh, there's a king croc right there. This croc has enough power in its jaws to rip my ear right off. Unique in the 6th round in the 7th round.
You're gonna be a legend to become a legend.
Honestly, these are unbeatable.
You're gonna be a legend to become a legend.
Boys, been a minute. Look, sorry I haven't been able to call in or give my full support. I've just been flat out as always with work and the missus and all that. But just a quick call today because I'm at work now, but I thought I'd call in for this one because I'm going to surprise you with my pick. I think Ortiz takes it this time. I think trust me, I don't want it to happen. I mean, I'm a Wilder fanboy. Been riding with him since day dot. I just love his style, the way he speaks. I think he's good for the sport, but I think Ortiz this time around knows what he has to do and he's going to make the technical adjustments that he needs to make. So I got a bit of money on him because he's a fat underdog. He's like a plus 500, I think, or something around there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've got a couple hundred on that. But And just quickly, the whole Haney Lomachenko thing. Look, I haven't heard the interview, so I'm definitely going to catch that one on the replay. But if we remember, we were saying the same things about Rigondeaux when Rigondeaux was calling him out. We're like, oh, Lomachenko doesn't want it. I think Lomachenko is the type where it's like, despite what the promoter says, if there's enough of the public outcry saying, oh, he's ducking, Lomachenko's like, nah, let's make that fight no matter what. And I think that's what happened with Rigondeaux, and that'll happen with Haney. I think
it had already happened. I think by him saying, I never vacated, I'll fight anybody, anytime. I think it already happened. He's already feeling the backlash, and that's why this new, these new quotes came out.
Yeah, and I think we just got to keep that pressure up, and I think eventually we'll have a fight announced. Look, to say that Lomachenko's scared or something like that, to me is just retarded, because he's fought 400 amateur fights, fighting the best after the best in the amateurs, going through the Olympic Games, the World Championship. Now he's come into the professional ranks. In his second fight, wanted to fight a world champion, or he wanted to fight him in his first one, and since then has fought world champion after world champion. And now we're talking about a kid who's
not
20 years old.
not really world champion after world champion. He
He
fought a lot of people. Listen to me. He fought a lot of people that can't even hold a candle to Devin Haney. A lot.
I've been a Haney fan for years now. What I'm saying is that Lomachenko has had 15 fights, 14 odd fights. He's a 3-division champion. He's unified a division now, starting to unify divisions. It's like, I'm not saying Haney isn't good. That's a fight I'm dying to see, actually. But he has fought that many world champions in 15 professional fights. Can you name another champion that's done that in 3 divisions that quickly with that many world champions on their resume?
But this is what I can do. The only thing I can name is one man in history to get a world title fight after 2 fights. So if Lomachenko can get it, why can't Haney get it? Haney ain't asking for anything better than what they already gave Lomachenko. You guys gave Lomachenko a title shot in 2 fights. Haney is saying, dude, I'm here after 20 whatever. Just fight me. Now you're saying, no, you didn't fight enough? You don't have enough experience? Meanwhile, Lomachenko got it with 2 fights and fucking lost? Come on, man. Well, whatever. I missed you, man. All the way in Australia. Thank you. You know I love you and every other international caller continuing to make this show international.
Love that intro too, man. Intro hard.
I know, man. I love that intro. I hate that it takes so long to call in because we don't get to hear it. But again, making us international. So
remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Keep us numero uno on iTunes. We're going out to that one white boy in Texas. John, what up? You know what? Hold on, John. I'm sorry. You're probably gonna get mad, but I don't think we went. Did we go to CYP today?
No, not. Yeah. We went to him once, not on the boomerang.
All right, no. So go ahead, John. Yeah, I don't want to waste his boomerang just yet because there's plenty of people. Go ahead, John.
All right. Well, great show today, Ness. Always subscribe, like to the show. Ness and Mike, they putting in their work. I didn't get to catch about 30 minutes out. We had something going on in Kenya, Texas. But big up to you guys. Y'all are out there doing y'all thing. And I got Wilder, of course. I mean, that last caller, he's got some balls, man. I mean, Ortiz, if anybody can stop Wilder, it's Ortiz, man. He's a southpaw and he's a boxer. And this
I don't even think he can stop him, though. Rewatching that fight, he hit Wilder with everything while Wilder was drunk and hurt, and he couldn't hurt him anymore. It was like a threshold, and he couldn't get past it.
Nah, Wilder at the end of the round shrugged it off. He shook his head like, nah, I'm still here. He came back and he was still in the fight. Yeah, he got his bell rung a little bit. Like he said, he wasn't hurt, but it was like getting hit. When you get in a car accident, your ears, when you get popped real hard in football, boom, you hear them, kind of like what I'm going to do to CYP. He going to be hearing that, you know what I mean? It going to be taking him back to the track days, like Mike was saying. But, yeah, man, I got Wilder probably in the 5th.
Well, all right, John.
All right, John.
right, then.
No one cares about Callum Smith, man. I'm telling you, bro. These dudes got to do something to be known, man. But everybody, you know what it is, Mike? I've watched boxing change, where like everybody's making money now. You know what I mean? Everybody's making that money now. So you're like, why take that risk when I could just wait in line? Look at Pulev. He about to be 40 waiting on an opportunity. And he already had one with Vlad, but he know how to play the game.
And AJ, but he pulled out the week of.
No, because he knew he couldn't win that. He knew he's waiting for the right opportunity. He's no different than Frez Oquendo, except Frez is he got his spot solidified for life. He just gonna wait forever until the right opportunity come, But it's crazy, man. It's really funny the way this thing is, bro. But at least we got some good fights at the end of this year coming up, man. I am excited. I'm excited. Povetkin, Hunter. That December 7th card, man, I'm excited. They putting it together. This Wilder card, they stacked it with hella Latinos, but I don't care about none of them. Like now that I thought Leo's opponent was undefeated. I knew that kid. I watched him come up. I can't believe he got 2 losses versus those 2 dudes. Like that's Leo getting a stoppage. I can't wait for the betting show tomorrow. I'm gonna do some parlays. I just hope they got all these fights on a card, man. We're going out to Troy Boomerang. What up?
What up, Troy?
Yes, sir. Hey, let me just give you my prediction and ask a question. Wilder's going to take him out in the 5th round. Anytime you could tell a man to walk away from $7 million and a fight with a unified champion, this fight was pre-written before it was even signed.
Bro,
so
why you so pessimistic? Why can't you think that
I'm not pessimistic.
Hear me out.
Hear
me out. Grandpa raising his voice and everything. Why you can't just think that he said, bruh, he seen us. He said it in the 4-part series. Me and my team have watched that 7th round over 100 times. How do you know that he just doesn't feel I got Wilder's number? One more shot. If you get that belt, let me tell you, it don't matter about fighting a unified champ. Because if you get that belt, I'll start your clock over. If you get that belt, they're gonna call you, bro. They're gonna call you. They already called you for $7 million without a belt, Mike. They already called you for $7 million without a belt, and you think you could beat Wilder. What the fuck is Troy talking about, man? Okay, I'm gonna start your clock. And
you did an interview with the man, Nestor.
I'm gonna ignore you now. Go ahead.
You did an interview on your show, Nestor, with the man's trainer, and the man's trainer explained that Ortiz really didn't even know about the $7 million and all that. He was just doing what he was told to do. He was right here on your show. Right here on your show, Nestor. So you could go archive, look through your archives, play it back. I don't make anything up. His trainer was right here on your show, and he said Ortiz was just doing what he was told. He really didn't know about,
If he was doing what he was told, you wouldn't be saying he really didn't know about.
He didn't know, Nestor. You talked to his trainer right here on your show, and the man told you that. I'm not crazy. No, I'm not making anything up.
Top.
That's all.
Tick. Top.
Okay? Right here. You could go back and look through your archives. You did an interview with him in his gym. You spoke all Spanish with him. And you came back and told us that he really just does as he's told, pretty much. He's not in control of his own career. You said that. You. I'm not making any of this up. If I am, then you have the right to sue me for whatever. Slander, lie, whatever the case may be. Go ahead. But all of this was heard on your show. So 5th round, this fight will be over.
All right, round 5.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Troy? Man? Come on, man. All right, Troy. Thanks for your call, big dog.
Of course.
All right. Troy, thanks for calling in Baltimore. We're going out to Stone Bone. Oh, sorry, Stone Bone. We got Checkmate Boxing on the line. Checkmate Boxing, what up?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yo, where you from, Checkmate?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. 623.
I'm in
What's
Arizona.
that? What's that? I was about to say Arizona. 623.
Arizona. Yeah, I'm from Maryland, but I've been out here over 10 years. Whoa, baby! Shout out to NO because everything he says, I agree. Suleiman was tap dancing, skating because he's giving these
be direct. Be direct, man.
All the interviews.
Be direct. What did he tap dance?
Again, when it comes to when it comes to the Haney situation, he's too young. He just got the bills. He's so young. He's too. Listen, if that was the case, why would you make him champion? Why would you minimize your own champion? Why would you degrade he's not ready, but he's ready to represent the WBC as your champion?
But listen,
he's ready.
But wait a minute.
Canelo was ready. Got his ass
but wait a minute.
Yes,
at the end of the day, he told you, look, it don't matter because the WBC doesn't give out franchise titles. The fighters, the promoters, they have to petition. So at the end of the day, it don't matter.
That was my next question.
Listen, at the end of the day, it don't matter if he thinks Haney is young or not ready. If Loma would have never asked for the status, Haney would have got his shot.
Okay, but this is the thing, and nobody's asked it. I heard one person ask this on an interview on the internet. Listen, on YouTube. The thing about it is, he said that if the champion refuse to fight their fighters, they are stripped of their belts. Okay, the fact of the matter is Canelo was dropping the belt because the WCBC was stripping him because he refused to fight his mandatory. Nobody, I heard it once, but nobody else was saying, hey, was Canelo or refusing to fight his mandatory, and were you stripping him? Nobody, because that was clarified. The reason why, because this is Bob Arrow was like,
he said Golden Boy and Canelo petition. So why would he be stripping Canelo?
Okay, I don't want you to cut me off, so I'll talk about it another time because it'll go on. I got the exact answer, but I don't want you to. I just want to get my pick. But I do have we can continue that another time. But I do have Wilder by knockout. Is not going past 5 rounds. The reason being, first of all, I am getting a little bit of anxiety because I believe Ruiz is in tremendous shape. But then again, his body, I think he's, to be honest with you. But then we got to assume Wilder has, you know what I mean? I hope we have to assume Wilder has gotten better and improved. And if he do that 1-2 straight, nobody in boxing can handle that. So I do predict a knockout. No.
Checkmate boxing. Davidian.
What's going on, Davidian?
Hey, what's up, Mike? What's up next? Ness. Sorry about that.
I'm up next. Don't worry, baby.
Sorry, but yeah. Wow, the fight came quick. I can't wait. Of course, I got Wilder. That's a no-brainer. He's that guy. Ever since I seen him, I was like, yeah, this dude is like the real deal. Holyfield, like he just knocks people senseless. So, and he's smart though. He went back to the basics. I just think, and it's a rematch. He kind of already understands what Ortiz is going to do. Ortiz, he looks physically in shape, but I know in the back of his mind, mentally, man, I got stopped. So I don't know. That might play a factor in the fact that how old is he? Like 50, 40, whatever. I don't know. But he is a good fighter, but I gotta go Wilder. Like that's a no-brainer. He about to bring the house down. And Leo Santa Cruz, I expect him to win. Even though, I was listening to the show, even the show earlier, y'all was talking about Flores, so I kind of wanted to go with him, but him, I don't know. Maybe, hopefully, it'll be a good fight. Maybe it'll show us, But those 2 losses, Ness was talking about. So I don't know, but it's gonna be cool. I can't wait to support it. I'm of course gonna pay for it. So yeah, that's my call. And Callum Smith. I expect him to whoop Ryder or whatever the dude's name. I never even heard of him. So, that's my call. God bless.
All right, Davidian, man. Thanks for calling in, big dog.
Davidian, my man, I think he was doing some pottery over there, some shit, right? Stirring up the soup. He was bringing that simmer to a ball or something. I don't know. Let's see here.
We got up next, man.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm over here looking at the betting lines, man. I'm trying to see what fights they got. I'm trying to see what they got. If what's open. Steve, Indiana, Chicago, talk to us.
What up, Steve?
What's up, guys? Yeah, I think I'm gonna get the fight. You know, I'm gonna support Wilder. He's one of my favorite fighters. So it's not really the fight I wanted him to be in, but I'm gonna support him anyway. And I'm gonna say he's gonna win in 3. So I definitely think the bet 1 through 6 is the best bet. He's gonna knock him out. He's gonna catch him with the right. I think Santa Cruz is gonna win by a decision. And Figueroa, Nery, definitely knockouts. And same thing with Callum Smith. He's going to win by a knockout. And I would love to see one day, even though probably never going to happen, but I'd like to see Nery fight that Inoue. I'd love to see that. But that's all really I got.
All right. Steve, thanks for calling in. Oh, shit, Steve. My bad. I fucking hung up on one of my mistakes. Pat in Boston, did we go to you?
No, what up, Pat in Beantown? Yo, Pat. Knock, knock. Once. Twice.
Pat needs to
times.
unmute.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
There we go. What's going on, Pat?
What's good, guys? Thanks for the show. I missed the Suleiman interview. I was playing ball, but I caught most of the show. A few things I want to go over. But first, I'll make my pick. I think people are sleeping on Ortiz for this fight. Too many people making the old jokes and stuff. And with that being said, though, Wilder is my American heavyweight champion. I think it's going to go to the later rounds because Luis Ortiz is bringing that tank. He said it. He was flustered in like the 10th round. He had never really made it that far in a fight. He usually ended fights within like 5-6 rounds. So I think he's going to come with the tank. But with that being said, Wilder carries power throughout the fight. And my pick is 11th round knockout. On the Leo Santa Cruz fight, I think he's going to decision. I think Leo's going to win, but I still give the guys fighting some credit, and I don't think Leo's that prolific of a finisher. Also, on the Callum Smith, I think Callum Smith's going to win, but that could be a good fight too. I'll definitely
by
watch
knockout or decision.
I think he's going to get him out of there. 8th, 9th round would be my guess, but it very well could go to decision. Ryder's definitely not a bad fighter, and I think just because Wilder's fighting as well, he's not getting as much shine. Like if it was last weekend, I wish it was last weekend because there wasn't shit for boxing, but I think he would get more shine. And then I never got a chance to talk about the Inoue, and you guys were talking about it today, so I'm gonna hop on that real quick. Inoue really showed me all he needed to show me for me to have him in my top 5 pound for pound. He was seeing Ness. He was seeing double after the second
Yo,
round.
you know the sad part is
broken orbital bone.
The sad part is that if Canelo would have moved up and struggled the way that Inoue did with
You didn't see
Kovalev,
I didn't see him struggling, to be honest. I watched it. Let me go. I watched the fight. Like, everyone was like, "Oh, fight of the year!" Like, and I expected it to be a back and forth fight, but I really didn't see it like that. I saw Daenerys winning 2 rounds. There's a couple of rounds that were close, but I mean, and other analysts had the same exact card as me.
yo, because everybody's on the fucking monster hype train, bruh. I wasn't. Listen, I'm not gonna lie, Pat. I don't remember if I scored it with a card, so it could get away from me. Mike, guess what though? Straight switch subject on him.
What's that?
Guess who just texted me?
The Teofimo daddy.
Damn, fucking Mike, yo, your sister name is Cleo.
No, that's the only person that be texting you. You want to talk about live on the show? Hey, bro, dude, he said you ready?
Should I hit him up or should we leave it for another day?
I mean, it's up to you, bro. You want to do it today, tomorrow? It don't matter.
His phone was there. He said he had 1%, man.
Should let him charge it up.
Lil Feezy, what up?
What up, Feezy?
Oh shit, we ain't never get back to. Oh no, Aaron is gone.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm gonna make this quick anyway. Put me down for Wilder in 8. I think he's gonna be able to get him up out of there. You know what I'm saying? A little faster than last time. But shout out to y'all, man, for the interviews, man. Y'all doing y'all thing, man. That's my call, though, y'all.
Hey, Lil Feezy.
What's good?
You think Leo gets the stoppage? You know anything about Miguel Flores?
I done heard of him, and I may have seen him fight, on one of the cards on the weekend, but I'm not real sure. But he should be able to. I'm just not sure though. So I wouldn't really bet money on that, but that's y'all thing though.
For sure. Well, thank you for calling in. We got we never went to Stonebone?
Yeah. No. We went to Checkmate, then we were supposed to go back to Stonebone, but we did. So Stonebone, what's going on?
Stonebone. What it do? What it do with you? He busy right now.
What up?
Chef Anna with the pot, boy.
What's going on, Stonebone? You all right, my dog? You good?
Nah, he got no speaker. No.
He ain't got nothing going on over there.
We going out to CYP.
Boomerang.
Yo, y'all hear me?
We hear you.
Yeah, everybody else too.
Yeah, we about to get this Star Wars going in my gym and shit, so I got to step to the side real quick.
Record it. We want to see footage.
No, because I got to be the referee too. How the hell am I do all that shit? I can't do all that at one time. But I might be able to set the camera up and shit. I might be able to do that. Anyway, that little bullshit, what was his name? That one, Nighty Night Boy? Man, that was horrible, man. Your trash talking was trash, man. I'm trying to go light on you and save it for Saturday. Because I'm going to light your ass up. I really hope it's a live show and not just Patreon so y'all can hear me. I'm going to light his ass.
It's live.
Oh, my God. I'm going to light him up. Just make sure it's a good time because I got classes and shit early.
Is
but I'm
that
straight after that.
It's actually very early for you. Border Wars is 10 a.m. 10 a.m. every Saturday. So that's it's actually a little bit later than normal then because we do 9 a.m.
I'm good. I'm down with that. I'm gonna like that for what? I wake up in the morning ready as a motherfucker. So I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it right now. I ain't got nothing to say till tomorrow. Y'all tune your asses in. If y'all think I've talked shit now, wait until tomorrow. No, I'm dead serious. I'll catch y'all later. I gotta get to work. Good show though, and good interviews.
Yo, so CYP. Oh, he left. Yeah. Well, I was trying to tell him that Mastermind Killer Kells. He back on the CYP bandwagon. He said, "Yo, give him my boomerang." So now this man got 3 calls.
Oh damn, he got 3 of them.
That's never been done.
That's unheard of.
I know. I know. We probably need to have a committee board about that because, goddamn, 3. How do we even do it? We need to come up with a number too, like a time limit. Like, damn, all 3. You know, that's a lot. Like, cause imagine the way it normally works is like morning show, minute 30, boomerang, another minute 30. You know, flagship, 3 minutes, boomerang, another 3. Damn, my man he might as well be a host.
Hey, Kill, hey, it's his boomerang and he don't use it. So I mean, if he wanna pass it on to he gets to pass it on, right?
Hell yeah, I let him pass it on before. He had gave it to him before. We going out to Host Sway, talk to me.
What up, Host Sway?
Hey, yo, what up, Nassay? What up, Mike? Hey, so, you know, I feel like everybody's underestimating Ortiz a little bit just because he's a little older. You know, I think this time, you know, he's in shape. Like, he looks faster. He actually does, in my opinion, he looks a little younger, too, like in his training over there when you know, checking out the Fox on PBC episodes. And, you know, I think he's going to play it a little bit smarter this time. I think he avoids the big right hands. So I'm leaning towards Ortiz. I say majority decision for Ortiz, and he plays spoiler for Fury and Wilder too. And yeah, that's it. And you know, shout out to Figueroa, you know, fighting on the undercard, you know, holding it down for the Mexicans, and also too Leo Santa Cruz holding it down for the Mexicans. You know, best of luck to you guys. You know, let's have a good fight. And thanks for having me on.
All right. Well, Josue, man, thanks for calling in. Looks like we got Killer Kells just joined us. Mastermind, what it do?
What's up, fellas? Yo, what's good, man?
What's good?
Shit. Yo, man, just to participate on the call. I ain't really got no predictions, man. I just think Wilder gonna get rid of him, but I don't know what round. Hope we get a good fight, just like the last time. I don't want to see it one way. I want to see, you know, Wilder, you know, earn his victory and shit. You know what I'm saying? I want to see if the training that Louise is doing is, you know, paying off. You know, but I do agree with Mike though. You know, he ain't been looking good the past couple of fights. I don't think, you know, I don't think he got what it takes to do what he did the last time. But I don't know. We all could be wrong. But shit, you know what I'm saying? Before I get off this call, man, Man, let my nigga CYP, man, get his in, man. Shit, let him cook, man. Give him some more time. Shit. I barely even call it this, but he can have my boomerang. I don't give a fuck.
Hey, man, we just told him about it, so he know now.
All right.
He know now. But
That's
thanks
cool,
for calling in, as always, Killer Kells. Kells, man, what you doing? Where you watching the fight at? You in Vegas or you staying in Cali?
Nah, I'm just gonna watch it at the crib, man. I'm going to South Africa here in a couple of weeks. I'm trying to save all the money I can, so
I hear you. South
grounded.
Africa.
Yeah.
All right, well that's a trip for sure. I want to hear about that on the episode of Untitled.
All right, players.
All right, Killer Kells, thanks for calling in. California, stand up. So who we got? Big Supermax on the Mastermind. What up?
BoxingWords.com. Oloki, you are next, my friend. Por eso lo vuelvo a repetir. La era del Canelo es la mejor porque peleó con los mejores. La suerte es para los mediocres, my friend. BoxingWords.com.
First of all, who is this house guy? Is this P Money?
Yeah. That's Pat in Boston.
Oh, Pat, yeah, he changed his name. That's right. Well, shout out to Pat, man. I see you working, champ. What's up, fellas? I missed some of the interviews. Had some stuff going on, so I got to call in late, but I wanted to come make my picks. I'm going Wilder in the 6th round by knockout, but I honestly feel like we can't be too dismissive of Ortiz. this is one of those fights that you get up for. This is a lot riding on the fight, but I definitely feel like Wilder should be able to get him out of there. The only thing I worried about with Wilder is he tends to know, like the way he started off with Brazil and Stavern. I don't think you can do that with an Ortiz. Ortiz is very calculated, very smart. He's got good timing, knows how to counter. He's also a southpaw. So if you come in with reckless abandon too early and not be patient, you could pay the price and get clogged. If you get clipped medium time perfectly, that could cause a lot of problems. And there's been some scrutiny about the time that Wilder was given in the first Ortiz fight. So that'll be heavy in the mind of the referee. But with all that said, I think Wilder, he's going to come in patient, smart, and definitely get Ortiz out of there. I'll say 6 rounds. I honestly didn't even realize Leo Santa Cruz was fighting until this week. The only thing I really heard about him was the whole stuff with Gary Russell and his dad. I'll pick him. I'll pick Figueroa. I'm really looking more and more to the Lewis Nery fight. That's going to be a good one. He's always put on a show. I'll pick him as well. And I guess Callum Smith, he can look good. Maybe become another option for one of these guys here in the States. But, yeah, man, I'm just looking forward to the big fight, man. That's my call there.
All right. Big Super Max, thanks for calling in. N.O. Boomerang.
What up, N.O.?
Man, what's good, dog? Check this out, bro. First of all, let me get this out the way. I got Wilder in the 8th round. Stretch out. I think he gonna hit him. I think after he catch him in that 8th round, Ortiz gonna cross his legs, and that's gonna be the retirement front. You hear me? Now let's get to the shits. You hear me? Now we all heard what Austin Trout said, because if you looked at the fight, you know what you saw. Now I'm not talking about the narrative you gonna run with. Let's talk about the facts, man. This man drew nothing but motherfucking laser-ass jabs the whole fucking night. And you gonna tell me ain't nothing going on here? And I've been saying this shit, man. Now, Trout call this motherfucker. Now everybody see the shit different. All you gotta do is watch the damn fight. This man ain't throw a meaningful right hand the whole fucking night, and you gonna tell me ain't no foul play involved? Ain't nothing going on here?
Hey,
And
N.O.
this man get contract.
N.O.
Man, come on, Ness, dog. Ness, all right. How many Kovalev
No,
fights?
I just want to say thank you for proving CYP wrong. CYP think Deontay Wilder the face of boxing or American boxing, but here Deontay Wilder got a pay-per-view. Here Deontay Wilder got a pay-per-view, and you rather talk about Canelo Alvarez, a fight that took place 21 days ago, what? 20 how many days? 22 days ago? 20 days ago?
What's the first thing I said?
19 days ago. Yeah. You was like, yo, no disrespect, but let me disrespect real quick. Wilder get the knockout. All right, let's talk about the face of boxing. Let's talk about the dude that really moved the needle. That's what you're saying. That's what you're telling me, right? I know. Mike.
Yeah. He gone. Your phone probably died or something.
I don't know. I mean, they want to talk about Canelo. I thought Wilder was fighting.
Hey, man, maybe something Trout said sparked him.
I mean, Wilder sparked him too. You know
it's true. It is true.
You know what I'm saying? Either you the face or you chasing to be the face. Yo, Mike, you killed it that day when you was...
Yo, I'm back, man.
Oh, there you go. What's up? You went to a dead spot?
Yeah, man. Look, I hit a dead spot. What y'all about to rebuttal that? I mean, ain't nothing to rebuttal. Ain't nothing to rebuttal.
I'm listening.
I don't even know where I killed you at. I forgot what I said, how I killed the Mike. Because he done came back from the dead.
You said he'd rather talk about Canelo than Wilder.
Oh, yeah, that's what I said. He the face of boxing. Go ahead, talk about the face of boxing, man.
That dead spot series.
Nah, that's that Mexican mafia right there, bro. You cannot
Look,
talk bad about Canelo.
Check this out, Ness. Check this out.
He back.
Look. The whole fight, dog. Like he just pawing. You know how Wilder be like just pawing with the jab sometimes when he get lazy. Like Kovalev doing that shit the whole fight, dog. And I'm like, that man, when is you gonna try to win this motherfucker? Like the whole fight he wasn't trying to win. And I'm like, dog, like
Hey,
I mean, it's all right. Canelo
Mike,
moved up.
I'm no good at math. How many days ago was this fight?
Man, that's that Suleiman. See that Suleiman, I got to you not, dog. You doing that San Leonard LV Suleiman shit, you heard me? I'm talking about facts. You trying to take me around. You trying to take me down the block.
You want to talk facts? The facts is Canelo slept my man.
Yeah, that part was real.
The facts is that Canelo never get credit. Here Canelo moved up and slept a 36-year-old. Nonito is 37, and the monster moves up, can't sleep him, and he's a pound for pound. I'm telling you, man, it's crazy.
Right or wrong, wasn't you? And what's the name of the trainer they called in? They say they don't throw fights in boxing. That never happened. Boxing ain't got a history of motherfucker throwing fights. Like we like I'm just making this shit about a thin air. You know what I'm saying? I'm just paranoid out here.
I know, man. I can't. I mean, you know, I don't even know. Like, I done gave you like 6 minutes. You ain't make the point. All I hear is you want to talk Canelo when Wilder trying to get this knockout and make these pay-per-views. I bought my pay-per-view. I bought that shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what's funny, Mike? I was watching the fight and my girl was like, whoa, you ain't tell me he almost lost? She seen the 7th round. She was like, whoa, his legs wobbly. I'm like, yeah.
That's what they banking on for the casual fan. Keep running that replay, so get them more interested in it.
Yeah. We only went to Troy once, right?
Yes, sir.
Troy.
Yes, sir. I just want to. I know y'all were talking about Haney, and I didn't put my 2 cents in. You know, all the talk. I listened to Bob Arum talk, and I really believe you should really put callers on with him live and ask questions. I think that'll be more organic and things will probably be a little bit more interesting. Yes, sir.
Open your mind. Don't you think that it would cause an issue either immediately or in the long run because you don't know what that caller's going to say and he can offend your guests and you're responsible?
Absolutely not. Well, you know, I've been on other boxing shows way before you came along, and they pretty much let the callers talk to these folks live.
Oh.
I got to talk to them live.
Wow.
You know that?
Yeah, that's
amazing. I got to talk to Buddy McGirt live, Shane Mosley live, all these cats. But anyway, all this talk about Lomachenko and Haney, let me tell you something. The fight that the fans really should look forward to is if Haney and Telefimo fight, and I'm going to tell you why. Telefimo has what's called fast twitch muscles. That's why you see him move the way he does, right? But the downside to that is that he tires faster than most, right? Now, with Haney, the way before I knew he was even trained by Mike McCollum or he has him in his camp, I could see the style and his movement. He has a type to, he kind of follows you around and he explodes. He follows you around and explodes and he can cut off the ring. That's going to be a beautiful fight if they ever fight. Telefimo's going to, I think, give him a rough fight the first 3-4 rounds. Kind of like, but after that, I think Haney's going to take him. That's the fight that I'm holding out there and hoping that happens. I don't give a damn about Lomo and Haney fighting. I don't give a damn about Tank and Haney fighting. I want to see him fight Calafimo. That's going to be a beautiful damn fight, and I hope to God it happens. That'll be beautiful, you know. But you were right, man. I mean, Bob has been around forever, and he is a way better snake than Ellaby is. Ellaby's not an educated snake like Bob is, but Ellaby is, you know, they're both snakes. The only difference is that Ellaby's nose gives me nightmares, and Bob just makes he makes my skin crawl. But anyway, that's it, man.
Yo, you ain't shit, bruh. This is why they can't put you on the phone with a person. What the fuck, man? Wow, but at least that was funny. That was funny.
Now I got this fucking visual now, man. That's fucking crazy.
Troy's crazy, bro. Why is he so crazy? Oh, man. All right. That's everyone, Mike. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen. Wow.
Yeah, man. Big fight weekend. Deontay Wilder, Luis Ortiz, Callum Smith.
Yo, look at Killer Cows. He sent the super chat. He said, "Here's my donation to Troy so he can get that bum battery in his smoke detector changed." People been talking about that smoke detector for like a year now.
I don't even hear it no more, bro. I got so damn used to it when Troy talk. It just blend in.
Yo, that's hilarious.
But
I remember people used to get at me. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I was saying big fight weekend. Deontay Wilder, Luis Ortiz, Callum Smith, John Ryder, and a bunch of nice other little fights too that I'm excited to see. Luis Nery, Emmanuel Rodriguez. I will be checking for that. So yeah, man, I'm ready and see can we make some money this weekend too off these shits.
Yes, sir, man. Tomorrow, without a doubt, betting show probably like at 1. It's going down. Yo, it's funny because I got a parlay right now that I was just playing with. What the fuck was that? But yeah, I had a parlay right now I was just playing with, but it's a 5-team. But shit fire. Catch me mañana. Nest GTO, Instagram and Twitter. Thank everyone that tuned in. Don't forget, you can hit the thumbs up in the future, present, past. It's always going to help with the visibility of the show, and it's going to help us continue to get these big-name guests. I think we might have found an intern, which is going to be great because it's going to get even more guests. I'm going to stay on Shakur and Harrison. Maybe we'll get them on tomorrow. Both of them were willing to come on today. We just could not accommodate their time and their flight. But yeah, man, definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel because we're gonna make sure every day we have a guest on now. We're not just gonna give you a podcast per day. It's gonna be loaded with interviews per day. You know, Nest GTO, Instagram and Twitter. Catch me on the next one.
Gross1911 on IG and Gross2312 on Twitter. And follow me on YouTube, Mike on Sports. Peace out.
Yeah, now don't forget, this morning's show had Adam Kovnacki and Ed Levine. Today we had Austin Trout and Mauricio Suleiman. So, yeah, plus Teofimo's dad. We'll just schedule him for tomorrow. So, yeah, man. Peace.